Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 3 o'clock, which means I am finally gonna start the third episode for for DiverseDokiPlays. This is chapter 1, episode 3. This is Doki Doki Our Castle Walls. This is a Yuri mod as far as I've heard. This one's about Yuri, so Yuri fans, you better buckle up your seatbelts, because we're gonna go into one of your mods over here. Oh, oops. Hold on. That wasn't supposed to be. Wait, I have to go into the scene to actually change it into the capture window? Okay, there we go. Hi Divers. Hey Doki Raid, I am playing Our Castle Walls now because this is our next mod in the first chapter. So this should be fun. Hey, just don't just skip past this stuff. This one's kind of different. Okay. Mod creator, I believe you. Our Castle Walls is a Doki Doki Literature Club fan mod, a non-profit and fan-made project that is not affiliated with Team Salvato or anyone else. Yep. Designed to be played only after the official game has been completed and contains spoilers for the official game. Yep. I have played the original, so... Yep. Game files for Doki Doki Literature Club are required, blah 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 blah. Yep. Just a heads up. This mod will contain instances of flashing colors, bullying, physical violence, verbal abuse, self-harm, censored nudity, sexual violence, and unskippable explicit dialogue. Okay. I'm prepared. There will be warnings shown right before the flashing colors or explicit content. Anyways, let's hop into this. By playing Our Castle Walls, you agree that you have completed Doki Doki Literature Club and accept any spoilers contained within. Well, you know me. DDLC is already a really, it's already a really dark game. So any of the mods that we've played so far aren't really any different. So... Let's go ahead and get this started. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this into my phone so I can still look at the chat here. Yuri's unhinged. Oh yeah. Also, try not to tell me any spoilers in the chat. So I know absolutely nothing about Our Castle Walls. So. Mr. Zera the Mant. Everyone's story with autism is different. Alright. Let me go ahead and turn this up a little bit and turn it down a little bit. We're always going to start with diverse, because that's always going to be our name here. Well, and thanks for choosing to play this mod. You're welcome. Before we get started, there's something quite important I must mention right now. There will be 8 parts in this mod where you will lose total control of being able to advance the text box. Don't be alarmed, though. It will only be used to properly time words along with certain music that plays or events that happen. Okay, so I gotta voice act fast. Will happen to the text box to indicate when it will happen. Got it. Just like that. I see. Don't worry, it's not actually active right now. Try clicking. Okay, there you go. Once you're on this box, you'll be able to mess around with the quick menu before losing control to make any necessary changes to stuff. So if I just save right here. Don't forget that the escape key on your keyboard brings up the save menu. Give it a try if you'd like. Yeah, I know. This mode is active. Just sit back and relax. Don't touch anything until the text box does this to show when you will regain control. Got it. Oh, and another thing to mention that this mod contains uses of color words. Like this, or like this. These are used for important story details that should be remembered or for different voices. Oh, okay. Alright, enjoy the mod. Thank you! Oh my god, is the book gonna open? It does! That's so cool! Chapter 1. New friends. I like the little jingle. That's so cute. Tuesday, October 5th. Also, hello everybody in the chat. Our story starts out in an area known as Northside. A community with lakes and forests within the outskirts of town. It's a nice, rather quiet area with a population of around 1,100 people. Or 1,100 people. A village big enough to where everyone doesn't know everyone, but small enough to where sometimes people drive their zero-turn lawnmowers on the main roads. And here we have Northside High School. With an enrollment of around 550 students, it's located north of the bustling downtown city, hence the name. But most importantly, this is a story about a special boy that attends this very school. I'm sitting in my last class of the school day, algebra. This is one class I can tolerate. The idea of working with numbers and solving problems makes me use my brain a lot, which I enjoy. I've always enjoyed numbers and how certain things had different numbers on them as a kid. Same for colors. Well, this is not quite up my alley, but relatively close. There's only 10 minutes left of class. May as well spend it on the assignment we were given today so that it doesn't interfere with my free time at home. Today went by relatively decent. I speak to a school counselor every Tuesday due to some social struggles I have, and things seem to flow pretty well today. What's especially nice is that my counselor sessions are immediately after lunch and last about 45 minutes, which means I get to skip 3/4 of my least favorite class, history. What's also nice is that my history teacher understands the whole counseling situation and takes time to go through the lesson that day with me in person. 10 minutes pass, and the bell finally rings. Another uneventful school day out of the way. I walk out of the classroom, backpack attached, and start making my way towards the school exit. Exit. But isn't that where people also enter? Whatever. It's gonna be a nice lazy day today. Time to go home. Wait, whoa, hang on! Someone catches my eye. That's one of my classmates! Yuri? Oh no, Sayori. Wait, why does she have an orange bow? Why is her bow it'll probably explain why. Ah, it's Sayori. Sayori isn't exactly one of the popular girls in school, but she's always been friendly to mostly everyone, from what I've seen. Not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised I'm not friends with her. I guess I just haven't had many opportunities to talk with her throughout high school. Most importantly, something in the visual department is what brought her to my attention. The bow is supposed to be red! Eagerly approaching Sayori, I carefully tap on her shoulder to grab her attention this time. Hey, Sayori! She slows down her walking and looks over to where I am. Oh, hi, Diverse! What's going on? Your bow you usually wear is orange today. What brought upon this change? Her eyes ascend upwards as she's looking towards the ceiling. Oh, I almost forgot! I guess I wanted to try something different today, and only a few people noticed. Dang, that's gotta feel bad. I guess they're similar in color, but I noticed right away. I was just wondering anyways. She smiles at me with an acknowledgement, looks away, and continues walking. But where I'm headed is in the same direction, so the awkwardly unintentional walking in the same direction motion ensues. Passing by the cafeteria, I walk past the poster board that shows various papers and flyers, mainly for school-related events. I stop in my tracks because one of the flyers sticks out like a sore thumb. While Sayori walks away from me, I take the flyer off the board and inspect it. Do you want to broaden your literary horizons and discover cool new books? Do you like discussing with people just why Harry Potter is a better read than Shakespeare, or why such comparisons are utterly meaningless? Then come down to our daily after-school sessions where we explore a variety of stuff to read and talk about everything we liked or hated about it. Literature Club meetings every school day at 3 p.m. in room 367. See you there! So many colors. Blue, pink, purple. Has this always been here? Why am I just now noticing this? Wait, Literature Club? What's that supposed to be? I swear I've heard that word somewhere. Maybe Sayori knows more about... Wait, what the heck? Where'd she go? I scan the area around me and see her heading towards a stairway that's perpendicular from the school. Doors? Exit? Big mouth? I swear I will think of the right words sometime. Yep, as somebody with autism, this is kind of relatable. Flyer in hand, I start walking again, this time making my movement a little more optimal so I can catch up with her. Results in me kind of getting in front of people and getting in their way, but they're not important right now. After a moment or two, I happen to catch up to her, just enough so she can hear me. Hey, one more thing! After realizing how loud I was, I fear that I'll have people's eyes fixated on me, which makes me uncomfortable. Becoming red in the face, I wish this feeling would stop soon. Diverse, what's up? Take the flyer that's in my hand and put it a little closer to her face. You know anything about this club? It takes her approximately 1 second to step away a little bit, then respond back. Of course! I'm the vice president of that club! You're one of the first people to ask me about this. Wanna check it out? Staring blankly at Sayori while thinking way too hard, I factor in the time that most clubs around here take out of the day. They take roughly about an hour or so if I'm not mistaken. And I plan on reading some more manga when I got home. Besides, this is a club about... literature. Is that the word? Nah, may as well check out one of the clubs around here. I have yet to do so my high school career. I have yet to do so my high school career. Sure, what's there to lose? Oh, crap. Oh, hey Doki guy, what's up everybody? Welcome to the stream. Sure, what's there to lose? Sayori gives me a questioning look, but then that changes to a smile. Cool! Follow me then! As we make our way to the classroom that this club is supposed to be in, I can't help but become lost in thought. Wait a minute. Did I lock the door when I left today? And my keys, right? Why am I thinking about this? Wait. Keys, doors... Entrance! That's what the word is! Ah! What's going on? She stopped dead in her tracks. Oops, I said that out loud. Oh, my bad. I just thought of something that was bugging me. She smiles at me and proceeds to swing open the clubroom door. Hey everyone, we have a guest! Guest? Yeah, I suppose that works. Once I carefully step inside the clubroom, I take a moment to look around to see that I've never been in this room in my life, let alone this part of the school. I don't usually have a reason to be up this way. My chance of checking out the environment is broken by a My trance of checking out the environment is then broken by a voice I haven't heard in a while. My, what a nice surprise! Oh, Diverse? I look at the girl in front of me and inspect her, all while avoiding eye contact. Wait, that's Monica! Monica. What? Why is she... Monica, I thought you were in the debate club! I've never spoken to Monica in my life, and I blurted something like this to her. This is too forward of me. Why did I do this? Before I look slightly down to the ground, I catch a glimpse of a rather blank look on her face, and her hand now leaves her hips. Yes, I was. That was last year, though. Starting to get fed up with how things were turning out, so I left that club to create this one. What brings you here in the first place? Well, I may as well be honest with her to make up for me feeling like I'm out of place. That's when I look back up to her. I saw the flyer on the board near the school entrance and I asked Sayori about it. Monika's expression lightens and then she puts on a smile. Well, that's good to know. You enjoy reading? Reading? So that's what I'm getting myself into. Well, I do read in my free time every now and then, so I suppose so. Wonderful! As president, I'll try to make sure you feel welcome here. The most popular girl in school is being nice to me. This feels good. Thank you, Monika. That's very nice of you. It only feels right to bow in front of her. This is my first time interacting with her, after all. As soon as I'm up straight, I see Monika, still ever so happy, return to her desk and pull out a sheet of paper. Something to my right gets caught in my peripheral vision, to which I rotate my whole body to where my sight takes me. Welcome to the Literature Club. Yuri! There she is! It's nice of you to stop by. Wait. The girl that's now in front of me has purple hair. Purple's one of my favorite colors. She's only about 2 inches taller than me, and she's also kind of pretty. This is making me nervous. Oh god, what do I say? No, don't get flustered. Think of something to say! Hello? May I ask your name? She looks a bit nervous and looks away a bit after asking her that. Oh, I'm Yuri. And you? The nervousness is still real. Diverse. Looking away slightly from her leaves me with my thoughts. Yuri. So that's her name. Is this girl in the same grade as us? I think I may have seen her once or twice in the library, but never paid much attention. Behind the pretty purple-haired girl named Yuri comes a much shorter pink-haired girl walking toward us. Good lord, Sayori, you brought a boy? Way to go. Jeez, isn't that a little uncalled for? Seems that everyone's eyes are fixated on the pink-haired girl. What are you looking at? Gotta say something, then say it. Kinda feels like I'm being interrogated, so I look away again to avoid face-to-face contact with her and don't even muster a word. Natsuki. Yuri says towards this girl who's apparently is named Natsuki. She's so short, though. Is she a freshman? LOL. I'm snapped out of my trance, however, when Sayori taps on my left shoulder. Diverse, this is Natsuki. She's usually full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest one of us all. Oh, do you have a genius in the club? You have a pretty girl genius in the club. This is awesome. Please don't say things like that. Well, it wouldn't be wise for me to make a bad first impression to these two. Well, it's nice to see you two. Yuri continues to keep a straight smile at me while Natsuki crosses her arms. The look on her face shows uncertainty. Sounds like you already know Monika, eh? Dude, Monika is the most popular and talented girl in the school. Who on earth doesn't know her? Bro, I'm pretty sure everyone in the school knows Monika. Oh god, I said that without thinking. I really have to stop doing that. Monica and Sayori both turn to look at me like I've said something wrong. Oh, sorry, Sayori. I call people bro pretty often. Looks like Sayori's the one with the blank face this time. Oops.
Had we known you were going to visit our club, we would have baked cupcakes for you in advance. Isn't that right, Natsuki?
Natsuki has a slightly annoyed expression when she looks over to Sayori. I suppose. Yuri decides to speak up. Well, how about I make some tea for everybody? My eyes widen a bit after Yuri says that. I could go for some tea right now. Wait a second, this is a classroom. How would... whatever. Sure thing. Yuri walks over to the closet in the corner of the room to grab what I can only guess is a tea set while Natsuki walks over towards Sayori. She pushes a few of the desks around to create a makeshift table, and she motions the two of us to take a seat. What's Monica doing? Looks like... excuse me. Looks like she's writing something. Isn't she... oh, god damn it. Looks like she's writing something. Isn't she gonna join us? She'll join if she wants. Since I don't really know Sayori and Natsuki that well, I figured an open-ended question would be one way to be an icebreaker. So, Sayori, Natsuki, if I may ask, what do you two like to read? Sayori's the first to have her mouth open.
Well, I'm comfortable with most genres, except horror. I have a hard time with sci-fi as well. Believe it or not, I don't mind books that are meant for a younger demographic.
That's nothing to be ashamed of, but why is she making a house with her fingers? Natsuki's next to speak up. I'm an avid manga reader, but don't even think I would read shonen manga. Shonen? What is that? Shonen? No, what is that? I'm an avid manga reader, but don't even think I would read shonen manga. Oh, she reads manga? That's one thing we kind of have in common. Kinda. Maybe this girl isn't so bad. Oh, have you read the manga about the blue robot cat? The one with no ears? I did when I was younger. It was cool and all, but I grew out of it. What? Natsuki growing out of a piece of manga? What? Damn, what a way to really bring down the tone of MC for a little bit. Damn. Okay. I guess that's understandable. Excuse me. A few seconds later, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She places a teacup in front of each of us and carefully pours hot tea for us all. How are you able to keep a tea set in a classroom? Oh, I was able to get the teacher's permission beforehand. Do you like oolong tea, Diverse? Oolong tea? Dragon Ball. Oh, Dragon Ball. Gotcha. Okay. I've never had it in my life. I slowly take a sip of the tea. I slowly take a sip of the tea, and I gotta admit, this tastes good. I always enjoyed the warm, soothing feeling that accompanies this. Yuri, this is really good. It's a kind of formal. It has a kind of formal feel to it, like jasmine tea. Oh? I've never thought of that. I like that. Judging by the even brighter smile on her face, I'm gonna assume I just made her day. Yuri then pours herself a cup and sits down at the closest available chair. So, Diverse, what kind of things do you like to read? Things I like to read. Well, in her defense, Diverse, Dormon is very childish for some people. I don't really know anything about manga because I've never actually had my fair share of reading it. I could think about getting a maybe 1 volume one day, but it never really crossed my mind because I actually don't read books very often. I'm a very visual person when it comes to storytelling. That's why I make mods, and I love going through these. It's kind of like voicing my own movie. That's why I really like visual novels. MC Simp. What? Oh, cat with no ears. Doe. That's Dormon. Gotcha. Okay. I kind of like manga. My interest in it has lowered recently. I kind of enjoy romance novels, as cheesy as it sounds, and some adventure novels are rather fun to get into. Sayori and Natsuki's head perk up a little bit. Were they not expecting me to be the kind of guy who can appreciate that kind of stuff? However, they both remain quiet. So, somewhat of a reader, I guess. Yeah, that sounds correct. If I were to flat out lie to her and say that I like to read a bunch of stuff, that would get messy real fast. So, better just tell the truth and be myself. Now it's your turn, Yuri. I've already asked Sayori and Natsuki. What do you like to read? Well, let's see. Yuri's finger does some weird circle motion around the top of her teacup. My favorites are usually rote novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is oh, I get it. She's like talking and it's like dying down, and he's just looking at her. She's like, oh, the way that she's going. Anyway, and tell him. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading, but my mind has drifted elsewhere. A bluebird has landed on the outside of one of the classroom windows. He's got ADHD too? And that bird is far away. That's actually really clever. Lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop. Anyway, I've been considering looking into reading some horror stories. Huh? Oh, I probably shouldn't have spaced out on her like that. That wasn't very nice of me. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I didn't even hear Monica approach us. Did her parents train her in the art of ninjutsu or something? She doesn't sit down with us, however. I suppose. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, it's almost impossible for me to put it down. I've been told that surreal horror is successful at changing the way you look at the world. Ugh, I hate horror. I'll be honest, I myself haven't dabbled into horror. Again, with being honest to these four. Yeah, you tend to prefer cute things, right, Natsuki? What gives you that idea? Looks like Natsuki is starting to become flustered. I saw the brand new manga you recently got for your birthday. Wasn't it one called— Don't say it out loud! Ouch. My ears. Maybe listen to yourself once in a while or something. Looks like Sayori has a dumb smile on her face. Your cupcakes, your writing, everything you do is just as cute as you are. I'm not cute! Bro, again, with the shouting. Wait a second. Weren't cupcakes mentioned earlier today? After recovering from the assault on my ears, my attention shifts over to Natsuki. One of your hobbies is baking? Well, yes it is. Why do you care? I was gonna say something along the lines of, I think that's impressive, but if she's gonna be this rude towards me, then forget it. Yep. Marissa, you don't read many books? Real manga will be disappointed in you. No, Yuri would be the one disappointed in me. And to be fair, going into the literature club, MC wasn't that much of a big reader either. And even though Yuri kind of brushed it off and eventually just I don't know, I would kind of just anyway. I was just wondering. Still trying to recover from Natsuki's attitude, I look over to Sayori, whose bright face makes me feel a little more at ease. Hey, Sayori, are there any other key features of this club?
Well, we've talked about writing and poems last year, but only messed around with it every now and then. I've thought about sharing my work with everyone here again, but I don't feel like I've improved any.
I understand how Sayori feels. It's quite bold of one to assume to share something they've put their heart into. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Being able to open up to your readers, to bring out your vulnerabilities, and to show how one truly feels is all a part of the beauty. I'm actually really happy I didn't space out at all just now. How Yuri talked about writing was pretty captivating, not gonna lie. Yuri, I've seen what you're capable of. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Sayori feel comfortable enough to share hers again. That's some pretty solid advice from Monica. Natsuki looks around at all of us. Reading everyone's poems again doesn't sound too bad. It's not like I want to or anything. I'm sorry, what? All of us say nothing for a short time, which makes me feel a little bit awkward, but thankfully that feeling goes away once Monica speaks up. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Oh, that was a weird way of saying okay, everyone, Monica. Let's go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other, just like last year. How's that sound? Yeah, let's do it! So, Diverse, what do you think about joining our club? Monica gives me a warm smile, but I can't help but get lost in thought. Will I really have a good time in this club? I've already went over that this won't interrupt my free time at home at all. I wouldn't mind having a few more friends, but do I really want to be in a club with Natsuki? First impressions mean a lot, but then there's also Sayori, Monica, and Yuri. Those three have been friendly towards me. So one straggler out of the bunch shouldn't be that bad. Majority rules, right? What was that one quote about the bad apple?
Diverse, are you there?
I'm suddenly brought back to reality after Sayori tapped on my shoulder. Oh! Sorry, I didn't mean to space out. I better make eye contact with Monica right now. She is the club president after all. Yes, I'd like to join. Oh crap. Yes, I'd like to join. They'll seem like a nice bunch. I flash a smile towards Monica and she does the same. Then that makes it official! Welcome to the Literature Club! I instinctively bring my left hand to the back of my head. Thanks. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring them next time. Who's gonna take care of the makeshift table of desks we made? Diverse, how you express yourself. What? Oh, yeah, of course. Our meeting is dismissed now. The other members will clean up the mess here. We got this. She then proceeds to give me a thumbs up. Oh, what is that sprite? It's like her palm is like super small and it's connected. She has no wrists. She then proceeds to give me a thumbs up. That's nice of her. She has no shoulder. Monica's point of view. Oh, okay. Thanks for the... Okay. Okay, Monica. I'll see you another time. Wait. Oh, never mind. Is that a girl? I don't think that's a girl. Anyway, that is a pretty cool looking sprite though. What are the fingers? Oh, hey, oh, what? What are the fingers? It's still a good sprite. It's still a good sprite. I like the shading. Okay, Monica, I'll see you another time. Okay, that turned out a little better than I thought. By the time that Diverse is completely gone, Yuri starts taking care of the tea set while Sayori and Natsuki are rearranging the desks for the makeshift table. While Sayori and Natsuki are rearranging the desks from their makeshift table. My eyes are stuck on Yuri taking care of the tea set for a bit. Then they dart over to Sayori, who seems to be finished with what she was doing. Then clear my throat to try to get everyone's attention. The hell? There's a better thumbs up. Yeah, she has no wrists! It's still nice. I then clear my throat to try to get everyone's attention. Everyone, gather around. I've got something to ask. Everyone looks at me with faces full of questions.
Monica, what's going on?
What do you guys think of Diverse being in the club? Everyone looks over to me like I said something wrong, especially Natsuki. Why should I talk about how I feel about him? Well, doesn't he seem a little different? Okay, so he is a boy. Monica, everyone is different in their own way, and Diverse seems to be no exception. That is, from what little I have seen thus far. So I'm guessing you're not opposed to him, right, Yuri? Well, no. I'll remain optimistic about this. Jeez, Monika's a little rude in this mod. I never really hear Yuri talk about optimism. Can't tell where it's pleasant or disturbing. What about you, Natsuki? I don't know him very well. Probably just like every other weirdo in this school.
Monica, it's not like you to worry this much. We set a good example for him, then I'm sure things will run smoothly around here.
You're right, Sayori. I'm glad we have a new member and all, but I'm worried about what will happen in the future. I've seen how Diverse reacted to Natsuki today, and it didn't look very promising.
The best thing we can do is be ourselves around him and show him who we really are.
Natsuki looks over at Sayori, probably thinking, "Keep your mouth shut!" while Yuri's smiling slightly over what she said. Well, thanks for your time, everyone. Meet back here the same time tomorrow, like always. After the girls said their goodbyes, I walk over to the teacher's desk to grab some papers and the classroom keys. Maybe Sayori's right. I shouldn't worry about this. Even if our new club member has special needs, I'm happy we're that much bigger now. Diverse's point of view? Leaving the crub loom to start my journey home, I can't help but feel accomplished. I'm actually in a school club now. And share a hobby of mine with others now. Walking out of the school campus and into the courtyard shows various students idling about, along with red and yellow trees swaying lightly with the wind. Diverse is a mixture like Sayori, manga like Natsuki, friendless like Yuri, weirdo like Monica, and Doki Dokiness like Dove. What? Bruh! The environment is a little different due to me walking home nearly an hour later than usual, but it's nothing I can't get used to. The autumn breeze and the smell of freshly cut grass feels quite pleasant and overall adds to the good mood I have going on. It's a few backgrounds I wouldn't mind steal. Of course, Zach. Of course you would. Maybe me being in a club will help me with my future somehow. Mom and Dad will be what? Mom and Dad will be so proud now that I'm part of... I stop dead in my tracks and stare at a tree that's in front of me. Mom, Dad, Big Brother. It's been lonely without you guys. I wish you were all still here. I miss you so... Shaking my head to get out of the trance I was just in, I force myself to keep on walking home. Deceased family? Minutes pass and my mind begins to wander, mainly thinking about what Monica said. What did Monica say at the end of today? No, seriously, what was it? I'm sure I'll think of it later. Next, an image of Natsuki making her face pops into my mind. She said she likes manga, but I don't know, man. She shouted too much today. Sayori's smiling face shows up next. Sayori, huh? I knew she was a people person, but I didn't expect her to be in a club like this one. Go figure. She's pretty cool, though. Then Yuri's small smile appears in my mind. Yuri. How have I never interacted with her until today? She's so pretty. She even made tea for all of us today. Not a lot of people in school are that nice to me. I think she said something about how books take her to another world or something. What if I brought one of my books in for her? Looking up to the sky, I can't help but smile at the thought of Yuri accepting one of my books. Yeah, that's a great idea! My dad always told me to choose my friends wisely, and I think Yuri will be just fine. Looking back down below, I could care less about my surroundings right now. Thanks, Dad! With the anticipation and excitement of the thought of sharing one of my favorite books with someone else, I then begin running home. I'm almost there anyways. Feeling a bit tired after all that running, but I made it. Entering the domain I call home, I lock the door behind me. Once I'm in, I quickly place my backpack on the couch. Turning around to face my stairs, I head up to my room to change clothes. Once I'm in, I take off my school uniform and switch into something more... Excuse me. Once I'm in, I take off my school uniform and switch into some more normal clothes. Our school uniform is a little bit stuffy, which I don't mind. Keeps me comfy even when the temperatures drop, but sometimes it's a bit restricting. After switching into jeans and a t-shirt, I leave my room and make my way over to the TV in the living room. My parents brought a record player when I was little. It still works to this day. Truly amazing. The first record I see in our stack of them is one of my favorite heavy metal vinyls that I recently picked up. Once I take it out of the case, it gets placed on the player and I set the needle on the vinyl. I can't help but feel more happy as soon as the sounds of one of my favorite songs starts playing. Is this a remix of Gigas' theme from Earthbound? Yeah, this is Gigas' theme from Earthbound. Walking over to the freezer, I grab a frozen pizza and begin tearing off the single-use plastic wrapping to prepare for dinner time. Vinyl, sorry! Several minutes later, the oven beeps as loud as it was programmed to, telling me that pizza's done. Alright, it's hungry food time! This will make homework go by much easier. Carefully taking the pizza out of the oven and allowing some time for it to cool off, I happily dig in and then return to my homework in front of me. Luckily, there wasn't too much today, just my least favorite subject of all time. History. I don't think I'll be able to use it in my future. But yeah! You absolutely will need to use history in your future. Because what are you gonna tell the past friends that you meet? And telling them how much knowledge that you know? And like current events? Yeah, history's pretty important, man. My future. It all seems a little bit scary. What am I gonna do after high school? I'm not totally sure what career path I'd like to go on. Wonder if Mom and Dad will help with that. Maybe they'll help me get on disability or something? Maybe they'll help with getting me a job? Who knows? Speaking of which, still can't remember what Monica said. You just hate to have that happen. What are the chances that it'll show? Wait, hang on. Where'd the music go? Shoot, I know what that means. Pushing myself away from the kitchen table, I get up and walk over to the record player. Grabbing the vinyl and flipping it over, I don't quite place the needle on it yet. The stack of records catches my eye for a bit, especially one called Select Songs from Sega. Man, my parents bought this when I was little, and it's still in somewhat decent shape. Mom and Dad used to play this quite often back then. After adjusting the music and sound volume accordingly, if you wish to, please click to continue. Oh, okay. I just wanted to use that as an example. This will be fine. Alright, I'm letting go of my mouse, and I'm gonna let it play. Mom and Dad loved each other very much back then, and even still to this day, even if they're far away. I learned a lot from them, whether it be social stuff, how things in life worked, the list goes on. I really owe it to them for helping me be the person I'm proud to be, even if we do get on each other's nerves once in a rare while. I remember the few times when I was little when Mom and Dad would dance in this very living room to this record. My big brother would tease me then about it sometimes, but that never really seemed to bother them. They looked so happy with each other. It was shown by how they moved and looked at each other. One thing my dad would say to my mom sometimes that stuck with me was, "You'll always be my everything to me." And she loved it every time he said that. It's funny. Some of the things that you remember, that stick with you like that. Maybe I'll be in their footsteps someday. Maybe another time, friend. After giving it some thought, maybe it's best that I get some reading done before bedtime. Playing music probably isn't the smartest idea right now. Not before bedtime, at least. That being said, I make my way towards the stairs and walk up to my bedroom. Upon entering my room, I remembered something I thought of earlier today. Maybe if I bring one of my books. Yeah, where is it? Approaching my bookshelf, it only took a few seconds to find the book I was looking for. Ah, here it is! Ellie, the Jungle's Savior. I really hope she'll like this one. Book in hand, running downstairs to where my backpack is, I open it up and place the book in it. By the way, this soundtrack is really good so far. My hands begin to fidget a little bit out of excitement, but that doesn't last for long. I think I've done everything down here I need to for the night. Oh my god. I think I've done everything down here I need to for the night. Walking back upstairs to my room, I change it into the proper clothes for bedtime, stretch for a bit, then hop in bed, rolling over on my left side. It doesn't take long for me to get comfy and get lost in thought. I know I already said it, but I hope Yuri likes the book I bring in for her. It'd also be nice to get her know her a little bit better. We'll see what happens. Oh, we're on chapter 2 already? Wow. Chapter 2. Start of something new. Wednesday, October 6th. That was a really cute first chapter. Alright, I'll see you later. Get some chores to do before my premiere starts later. Alright, Doki Guy. I'll be sure to check out your next episode of Shodoken Chronicle. Shodoken Chronicle. I'm sorry, I keep butchering that. I'm so sorry, Doki Guy. Yeah. I'll take a look at it after I'm done streaming, probably. Ugh. Frick. I don't want to wake up. Dang, this came way too early. After shutting off my alarm, I'm tempted to fall back asleep, but I know that wouldn't be wise. Better get up and take a shower then. My morning routine is pretty usual. Wake up, shower, get dressed, then breakfast time. Breakfast time. Opening the cupboard, I see a box of cereal in plain sight. Oh, hell yeah! Corn Pops! Grabbing the box, I open the fridge, take the milk, grab a bowl that didn't come from the fridge, and sit down. Ah! Shit down! No! Not shit down! Excuse me. I open the fridge, take the milk, and grab a bowl that didn't come from the fridge, and sit down. Cereal first, and then milk, in that order. Commence eating. Oh, wait! Oh yeah! I have cashews! Yes! Time for some, physical voice acting here. God, my Pops! Pops. Dad. No! Stop it! This is breakfast time! Not sad time. After that, breakfast goes by relatively quickly, but one bowl never seems like enough. I'm always really hungry around lunchtime, but if I eat more than one bowl for breakfast, then I'll feel sick on the walk to school. I don't know which is the lesser of the two evils, so I may as well stick to routine. What kind of psycho put their milk before the cereals? Apparently the MC in this mod. You're gonna call me even more of a psycho because I eat my cereal dry, because I don't like milk at all. It's disgusting. Making sure to lock the door on the way out, I stalk my way to school. The walk there is usually pretty uneventful. Avoiding people and not making eye contact has pretty much become second nature. If I don't bother them, they won't bother me, right? No news is good news, as my dad always said. Approaching the school's entrance, everything is pretty normal so far. That is until I start making my way to my locker. I'm stupid. What? Who said that? I look around to see who said that. Were your parents related before they were married? The sounds of... That laugh track, though. The sounds of laughter from a few students fill the hallway as I realize who said that. God damn it, Wallace, leave me alone. Best to ignore him. It's Wallace. Best to ignore him. Wallace. This dumb idiot. Used to be a somewhat decent person. All throughout this school year, he's been unnecessarily vexing and somewhat stuck up, and there's really no need for it. You would think his dad would do something about him, seeing as he's the principal and all. However, I've seen no kind of authoritative action being taken against him. Whatever, let's just get today over with. At my locker, I unlock and open it up along with my backpack. The moment I see the book from my bedroom, a smile appears on my face. Now that's something to look forward to. That being said, it's time to get to my first class. 2:55. That just so happens to be the exact time that I started my live stream. Here I am, trying to finish the algebra assignment that was given to us today, so that doesn't interfere with my time at home too much. Today was quite the drag. Nothing too eventful happened. I happened to see Natsuki at one point in time in the hallways earlier today. And maybe remember back to yesterday when she told us she reads manga. Maybe I should try talking to her today? Maybe I'll get to find out. Whoa! Oh, good, class is over. Oh, wait, never mind, he wasn't scared. Oh, good, class is over. With that, I hastily stuff my homework in my bag. Quickly getting up and leaving the classroom, I make my way to the club room. I'm surprisingly not too anxious when I approach and open the club room door. Seems like everyone's here. Wait, does that mean I'm the last one? Of course I am. Hopefully Monica wouldn't be too upset. Doesn't take long for Monica to get up from the teacher's desk and walk over to me. Hi again, Diverse! Glad to see you didn't run away on us. The idea of running away from this group this early on just doesn't seem right. I wouldn't dare. This might be a little different for me, but I'm happy to be here. Well, that's good. At least some... What did she say that last part less loudly? Oh well. I turn to my right to see if I can spot Natsuki anywhere. But Yuri's blocking my vision. Thanks for showing up again, Diverse. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. But when you mentioned you've somewhat accustomed to literature... it's no problem. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Could you just... Monica then interrupts. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. The frustration on Natsuki's face is so real, I think I can see some wrinkles. Wait, why am I looking for them? Manga is literature! Can somebody turn the volume knob down on this girl? Wait, was I right then yesterday? Oh, that was cool. Natsuki storms off to the closet. It's like every time she takes a step, there's a distant thunderclap in the distance. Thunder. Oh god, the voice crack. Thunder thighs. Sayori then shows up beside Yuri, opposite of where Natsuki was. Oh, hi, Diverse. Sayori's friendly attitude is quite refreshing. Ah, hello, Sayori. Back to the red bow, it looks like.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to my old one. You excited for your first real day of the club?
You mean yesterday wasn't real? Yeah, I suppose. I have a general idea of what I want to do today.
Well, that's good. I think Yuri may have brought you something today.
Well, wait, Sayori! No way! Oh, you did? Not really. Sayori seems to find amusement in this, as her expression seems to be more mischievous.
Don't be shy.
Maybe a little positivity will help? I wouldn't judge Yuri. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's not. Ugh, what do I do? Curiosity's killing me. I want to know what she could have brought in. It seems like a good first step would be to make Yuri feel better. No need to worry. I think it's very considerate of you to bring something like this in for me. I'm certain I'll like whatever you got. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention. She didn't want me to feel left out? This is amazing! But does she know what that feels like too? I take the book she gave me and put it inside my backpack. Next, I pull out the book I brought to present her. Next, I pull out the book I brought to present to her. Well, Yuri, great minds think alike, as they say. Because I brought a book from home that I thought you would like. I enthusiastically hand her my book. Oh, thank you, Diverse. You didn't have to do that. I'll definitely give it a read sometime. It's usually hard to figure out what someone means by sometime. It could be genuine, or they could be using the word just to get you off your back and never participate in what the word was associated with. Lord only knows that's happened to me way too many times, and it's disappointing every time it happens. My eyes drift over to Sayori for a split second. Is she blushing? That's not important. Sayori then walks over to the southwest corner of the club room near Monica at the teacher's desk. Maybe I'll talk with her at a later time. Earlier, you read the book I gave you at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh? Yuri must be talking about the book she gave me. It'd only be fair to check it out at some point in time. Understood. And then give her a friendly nod, and she walks over to the exact center of the classroom and takes a seat. Looks like everyone's all settled in. Isn't Monica gonna kick off some activity for the club? I mean, she is the president and all. Maybe another day. Oh, that's right. I want to spend a little bit of time with Natsuki today. Kinda want to see what kind of, manga she... Ah! Huh? That sounded like it came from the closet. Maybe I should go and check it out. I proceed to walk over to where the noise came from and see Natsuki reaching for stuff in the closet. Hey, what's happening over here? God dang, Monica! Never putting my stuff back in the right spot. What's the use in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Dang, this girl's speaking the truth. But wait, collection? What kind of collection, though? I know that feeling all too well. It's one of the worst things. Tell me about it. Didn't you say you read manga? I used to, quite often. I think we talked about this yesterday. Yeah. What else did you say you like to read? The nervousness isn't going away. Romance adventure books? Go figure. It's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I then look over to the left a little bit and see a lone volume of manga. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Dude, what the hell? I was gonna look at that! Not cool. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. We just talked about this. I can't help but take a look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? That reminds me of that one series, Wedding Peach. Wait. You're not gonna judge me over something like this? No way, that'd be mean of me to do that. Have you watched Wedding Peach, by the way? No, I've only read the manga. That was back when I was in middle school. What's someone like you doing watching that show anyways? I'll watch whatever I want to, okay? Ugh, what have I gotten myself into? Because it looked somewhat interesting? My nervousness has jumped up quite a bit due to worrying about what her response will be. Fine, whatever, dummy. But anyways, Wedding Peach isn't quite the same. Her calling me a dummy is making me a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, we just met yesterday and all. Wait, hang on, what is Sayori doing over there? I kind of mouth scenes and stuff in Parfait Girls, so don't get too disappointed. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. You want to read the first volume? Huh? Sorry, I got distracted. What was that last part? I always hate it whenever this happens. Jeez, this better not happen when we start reading. We? She shoves the book right into my hands. What is happening? Cover of this manga features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated The cover of this manga features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. Yeah. 3 of the characters on here kind of looks like Momoko, Scarlet, Hangachu, and Don't just stand there! Natsuki takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her. I'm guessing she's trying to tell me to sit down next to her. At least read the first chapter with me so you know what it's like. Sure. It's my first day of the club and I'm already sitting next to a girl reading manga I've never read before. Never in my life would I have thought something like this would happen. Maybe not with the girl I wanted, but I should get through the first chapter. It's the least I can do. Maybe I won't feel as uncomfortable? I open the manga and begin reading. Not gonna lie, this isn't that bad. I don't mind the slice of life genre. There's been a time or two when I could feel Natsuki peering over my shoulder. But I made sure to purposely not pay attention to that. Besides, I kind of want to see what Sayori's doing over there. Can't help but look away from the manga, unconsciously placing my left thumb over what a panel Oh my god! I can't help but look away from the manga, unconsciously placing my left thumb over what panel I was reading. What's she doing over there? Are those colored pencils? I read the beginning? What? I instinctively looked to my right a little bit. Ugh, do you always space out like that? You're just as bad as Sayori sometimes. Am I really? Yeah, sorry, I was actually wondering what she's up to. Oh, for the love of... If you're so worried about Sayori, then give me my manga back. Nice going, Diverse. I apprehensively hand her back her manga, but she snatches that out of my hands. A small surge of anger rushes through me at her sudden action, but it dissipates not long after. Well, fine then. With that, I get up from under the windowsill and start walking towards the northwest corner of the club room and approach Sayori. As I suspected, she does have a box of colored pencils out and she's drawing on a piece of paper. I knew it. Tilt my head a little bit to the left to get a glimpse of what she's drawing. Hey Sayori, what you drawing?
Oh, hi, Diverse! Monica and I were just talking about the festival that's coming up. She said it would be best if I made some posters for the event.
The festival? Oh, right, the festival. An event that happens once every school year, and it happens to be around that time of year. Last school year, I didn't have a very good time at the festival. Everything that happened didn't turn out the way I expected them to, which led to that day last year being quite disappointing. Maybe the fortune teller I went to was right about that day. Festival, eh? It is about that time of year. Will this club be doing anything for it, or will we have a free day? Sari continues to color in the heart she's drawing on her poster.
Of course we're going to be doing something! We think we're going to have Natsuki bake some cupcakes for the event! And Monica said that we're
Excuse? Oh my god! That is not what I thought I heard as... Looks like Sayori's red-colored pencil tip broke mid-sentence and she now has a face of mild bewilderment. Oh, I know how I can help! I extend my left hand towards her. May I sharpen that for you? Sayori starts to blush a little bit, thanks me and hands... Sayori starts to blush a little bit, thanks me and hands me the colored pencil. Turning towards the maid club room door, I happen to walk by Yuri, who has her head in a book. Oh, that's right, she gave me a book of hers. I never bothered to see what it was called. Wait, hang on! I can't believe what I'm seeing. She's actually reading the book I brought in! I stop walking for a second to bask in the rare sight that's in front of me. Wait, don't. People will think I'm staring. Make my way to the pencil sharpener and subconsciously start the sharpening process. But the image of Yuri reading my book stays fresh in my mind. I wonder what part she's on. Well, wait. If she started reading it just now, then hopefully the beginning, right? How silly would that be if she started reading on page 47 or something? I must find out. Leaving the pencil sharpener, I put the pencil in my right pocket and make my way over towards Yuri. She seems to be completely into the book I brought in. I carefully stop myself to her right side. She hasn't noticed me yet? How should I get her attention? I'm feeling nervousness build up yet again just by standing close to her. Scratching my head trying to think of what to do, I'm still somewhat amazed that she hasn't moved. Minnie Mouse Sayori, yep. That sound effect though, yeah! I literally thought things were about to go down literally right from the get-go at the beginning, but nope, it was just her pencil breaking. Alright, Omar, calm down a little bit. I'll mute you if I have to. Scratching my head, trying to think of what to do, I'm still somewhat amazed that she hasn't moved. What was it she said yesterday? Something about surreal horror? No, that wasn't... Yes, but no... Yuri then looks to where I am and she sees me standing somewhat close to her. I didn't mean for that to do the trick, but it's alright, just remain calm. I'm sorry, Yuri, I didn't mean to scare you. Oh, it's fine. I thought I'd check out what you brought for me today. Thanks again. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? No problem. I subconsciously bring my left hand to the back of my head and start scratching again. I thought it was a good idea. There's an awkward silence between me and her. Come on, think of something. That book was one of my favorites when I was growing up. It's a miracle that it's lasted as long as it has, since my parents brought it back when I was in junior high school. Yuri's face perks up for a bit. Oh? Your parents bought this for you? That's rather sweet. The smile on my face never leaves. I can feel a slight burning feeling right after she said the word sweet. I suppose so. So, it's hard to make eye contact when I'm around a pretty girl like this. Most of the time, eye contact is something that just doesn't happen often. Not unless I force myself to, or else I'm with someone I'm quite comfortable around. I'm not saying I'm uncomfortable around Yuri, but we only met yesterday for goodness sake. Believe it or not, I tend to think more clearly and think about sentence structuring better when I'm constantly looking around, looking at nothing in particular. You said you're enjoying the book so far? Yes, I am. This may not be my preferred genre, but it feels like a breath of fresh air. What could be her preferred genre then? Well, that beginning does start out a little bit slow, but once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Oh, is that so? I should probably take your word for it. The description on the back was a little bit vague. All I really understood from it was that an elephant and her group of friends stopped the jungle from being taken over. Yeah, that sounds about right. The stupidest of the ideas start appearing in my mind. Hey, may I ask you something? What is it? Go for it. Could I, may I sit next to you and read alongside with you? I can feel my face burning a little harder. The Poyo, you don't need to worry about anything. We got it. We got it covered. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. It's just, there are some things in the story I'd like to point out that will make more sense later on. That's, well... I guess that's alright. Nice! I smile and give her a confirming nod. That being done, I quickly grab a chair from a nearby desk and place it next to Yuri's right side. It isn't until I take a seat next to her when I realize just how close I am to her. CG? Never mind. Maybe later. Another awkward silence commences until Yuri speaks up. I'm sorry. Huh? Something wrong? This isn't something I'm very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. Well, I'll try not to be too annoying then. No promises. Alright. But how can we both read at the same time? Oh, oops, I guess I didn't think that far ahead. I notice that Yuri's still holding my book with both hands like a normal human would. I can feel the gears spinning in my head. This lasts for roughly 6 seconds, all while staring intently and directly at the book before I begin speaking. Here, let me see the book real quick. Without a word, she hands my book back to me. If you're so worried about Sayori, then give me my manga back. A flashback from earlier plays in my head when Natsuki forcefully took her manga out of my hands and how that made me feel. I'd better be considerate to Yuri and learn from Natsuki's mistakes. I carefully take the book back from her. Alright, so here's how this is gonna go. I'm gonna take control of the right side and you'll be responsible for the left side. Look at where my right hand is, and correspond with your left hand on your respective corner. And with that, we're sitting side by side. Both of us holding the book together, huddled a little close, but I don't mind. The view really isn't that bad. Not only is Yuri in the core of my vision, but I can read both pages with barely a struggle. Well, I suppose this works. How do you think of this? How did you think of this? I have no idea, but it's working, right? I then realize what situation I'm in. Sitting rather close to probably one of the most adorable girls I've ever met in my life, and we're reading one of my favorite books. Sure, I may have said thought, but that I didn't mind, but this is kind of intense. Yuri giggles a little bit. I suppose. Anyways, where did I leave off? Oh, right here. I watch her point her finger to what page she's on to see where she is in the story. Huh. Awfully close to the end of page 9, which is where my right hand is. Ah, yes, I remember this part. Don't worry, it gets less and less boring from this point onward. Yuri then looks over to me. I can ever so slightly feel her breath invading the lower half of my face. Boring? Diverse, I thought you said you liked this book. Oh, jeez, I really need to think of my words better. I do! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say boring. No, I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. Also, are you ready? A bunch of everything raced through my head at 1,000,000 miles per hour after she asked that. To turn the page. Sorry. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Oh, you. Yuri, you're silly, and also considerate at the same time. No need to worry about me. I've read this once or twice before, but I'll still read alongside you. Suddenly feel I was a little too forward with calling her silly. I hope this doesn't make her mad. Well, if you say so. We continue reading. Every so often, I'll point out a certain character in the story and explain to her what kind of role that character plays. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turned it by my own volition. We managed to at least get through the first and second chapter. Hiya, hey Toby Gamer. Even so, turning each page like this has an interesting feeling to it. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it fly over to her side, and her catching it in return. Hey Diverse. I'm drawn out of my reading trance and look over to Yuri. Our eyes meet for a little bit, and surprisingly enough, this isn't uncomfortable. Yes, Yuri? Do you like animals as well? Oh, right, the theme of this book. I mean, yeah, they're cool. I'm more of a cat person, to be honest. Wait, she didn't ask about cats specifically, though. Well, I guess we have something in common, then. Oftentimes, I like to go to the lake over by the park to relax and watch the butterflies. But when the elephant in this book went to the lake, it reminded me of one of my special places. It can be a good source of inspiration at times. I'm rambling, aren't I? I'm sorry. A dumb smile is slowly creeping its way onto my face. Hey, no need to worry about that. I kind of liked what you were just saying just now. I would have never considered any kind of places of inspiration until just now. Well, I guess it's alright then. I think I know what'll score me some brownie points. Besides, the least I can do is listen to you. It's the golden rule, after all. I don't mind listening to you at all. Wait, holy crap, I just said that out loud. My face and hers take on an interesting shade of pink? Crimson? Nah, it's too dark. Thanks, Diverse. She then looks back onto the page she was reading, as do I. Reading through this book again brings back memories of when I was much younger. I would cuddle up to my mom and she would read to me before bedtime. Granted, we never quite held a book together like this, but it's nice to think about how that made me feel back then. How funny would that be if a 6-year-old me and my mom tried holding a book like how me and Yuri are right now? My nostalgia trip is ended abruptly by a voice that isn't Yuri's. Diverse, can I have my pencil back? Yep. Yuri and I are snapped back into reality as we both look up. Still holding our respective sides of the book, we see Sayori standing in front of us. She looks a bit annoyed. What could she possibly want?
Diverse, I'd like my pencil back, please.
Oh, Bob Saget! I completely forgot I had that! Oh, shoot! I'm sorry, Sayori. I can't help but feel flustered and lower my head a little bit. I take my right hand off my book and reach into my pocket to give her the colored pencil back. Once Sayori takes her pencil back, her annoyed look turns into a mischievous one.
Oh, Yuri! Looks like you found yourself a good reading partner!
Huh? Why does Sayori think that's so funny? I hope I'm not bad at being a reading partner. Sayori, Please click to continue. Okay. Ah, there we go. Another bar of music written down on my sheet music. Only 4 more sheets left to go. I stand up from my desk and go to look at the clock, but I'm distracted by what Sayori's doing. She's hanging out with Diverse? That's weird. I don't guess he'd want to go, but... That's weird. I would have guessed he'd want to hang out with Yuri, considering how different they both are from everybody else. I wonder how those two will get along. Yeah, never mind that. What time is it anyways? The clock is directly above the chalkboard, which is where I'm heading. How convenient. It's 3:40 already? Well, time flew by fast today. Oh my god. Well, time flew by pretty fast today. It's time to start poem sharing, so I quickly head over to center of the room, clearing my throat to get everyone's attention. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Looks like everyone's preparing for this. Tara walks over to her corner of the room to her bag and grabs her poem. Bro, that ponytail will haunt my nightmares. Boo! I then look over towards the closet and see that Natsuki is putting away her manga. In the incorrect spot. All of a sudden, I feel someone tugging on my right sleeve. It's Diverse, and he's looking down at the ground. Oh no, why does he look upset? Diverse, are you nervous about sharing? I keep on forgetting everything today. Forgetting? Oh, what's the matter? I forgot to write a poem last night. I'm really sorry, Monica. I had a feeling something like this would happen. Well, I'll let you off the hook this one time, because it is your first day in the club. I'll make sure you won't feel left out, though. How does reading everyone's poems sound today? He then looks up to me with his frown pretty much gone. I'd like that, Monica. Good. Besides all that, are you having a good time so far? Well, I got to spend time with everyone here today. Even if I did make 2 of them mad. This better not be a recurring theme. I see. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? There's an awkward silence as he seems to look around at a few different spots before speaking up. Does that mean I can tell you if something about the club is bothering me? Since you're the president and all? Of course, silly! That's what I'm here for. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Monica, yeah, she is kind of rude in this mod. Don't worry, I'm not very good. Oh, come on, Monica, I'm sure you've done well. I want to see. Alright. I reach into my bag, pull out my poem, and hand it over to him. Reality. Turning like a cog in a machine. As time is a concept, reality can be shapen to what we see. Running like wheels on a track, as the passage of time continues, reality always goes forward, no matter what anyone says. Time as an illusion, as we exist at every possible moment. At the same time, we can only see one at a time. reality can be whatever we want it to be. $341? What in God's name did I just read? This looks like a mental throw-up on paper. So, what did you... This is like if you spill a bowl of oatmeal on a piece of paper and take a cookie cutter and haphazard... What? This is like if you spill a bowl of oatmeal on a piece of paper and take a cookie cutter and haphazardly make your own Ahem! Monica then starts poking my left shoulder, breaking me out of my trance. Ah! Oh, what did you say again? Feels like I'm being trapped in a logic loop. I asked you what you thought of my poem. Man, how do I put this into words? Well, it seems like a bunch of different topics, I guess. Just slapped onto the paper. Isn't there a word for that kind of style? I think the word you're thinking of is freeform. That kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. Freeform. Suddenly, I'm picturing Monica dancing like Marge Simpson, and I hate every second of my life right now. What the fuck? God damn it. Okay. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. I'll have to take your word for that one, Monica. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on the specific. I look over into Sayori's corner of the club room, where she spent most of her club time. It looks like her and Yuri are sharing poems right now. I wonder if reading time between me and Yuri was ever brought up. And also how the poster Sayori was coloring is coming along. How am I gonna explain to them that I forgot to bring a poem? Do your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yes. Thanks, Monica. I didn't hear a word she said. Looking around the club room, I see that Sayori and Yuri are still talking. It could possibly be talking about me and Yuri sitting next to each other and reading, but nothing too serious came out of that. Wait, if they're busy right now and I just spoke with Monica, that means... Oh dear Lord, please help me. You and me both! It takes a few seconds of standing still, but I gather the courage to walk up to Natsuki, who is still over by the closet. I prepare myself for whatever beatdown she has prepared for me. I did manage to unintentionally make her upset today, so I may as well just get this out of the way. I don't even dare try to make eye contact with her. Who knows what kind of fire she has stored in there. Hello again. She turns around to look at me and gives me a face that pretty much says, I don't want to put up with your crap right now. Oh, great. It's you again. It's okay. Just power through it. Well, I may as well tell you right now that I forgot to write a poem for today. I just realized I have 2 more girls to tell this to. This is gonna feel like a walk of shame. Diverse, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. I can't help but look down in defeat. She does have a point. I mean, seriously! How about putting some actual effort into this club? This hurts just as much as I thought it would. Also, this isn't going anywhere. Maybe I should apologize for what happened earlier today. Look, Natsuki, I'm sorry I forgot to write something for today, and I also feel a little bad about ruining your manga time today. Her eyes perk up. but then descends back to where they were. Fine. Whatever, I guess. It's not like I wanted you to read with me in the first place. What? Anyways, I guess I gotta share my poem now, or else Monica will make me. She then forcefully puts her poem in my general direction, in which I carefully take it from her. Lord forbid I rip it and make her even more mad. Once upon a memory. Does a feather remember it was once a bird? Does a book remember it was once a word? Does a pebble remember it was once a stone? Does a piece of paper remember it was once part of a tome? Does a seed remember it was once flower? Does a minute remember it was once part of an hour? Does work remember it was once play? Does night remember it was once day? Does family remember it was once two? I don't. Does a family remember it? Oh shit. Oh yeah. Oh, that last line though. Wait, what? I like this. Seriously. Everything was sounding very promising, but then that last part comes in and stomach punches you out of nowhere. Good work. Well, thanks, I guess. Everyone in high school stereotypes writing to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people usually don't take my writing seriously. Well, sucks to be them. I can't believe you managed something like this with such few words. Good stuff, bro. Wait, I'm starting to sound like a kiss-ass right now. Maybe I should calm down a bit. Right. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everything around you be a part of bigger things feels really bad at times, so I decided to write about it. People have often told me that writing about how you feel can be really effective. Wait, maybe I shouldn't interrupt her like that. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that the wordplay is much more important. That last line is dark when you know. Yep. Like I said it for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Let's bring out the feeling in the last line, and you're living proof of that. I guess so. I find myself bringing my left hand to the back of my head again. Something I subconsciously do when people direct anything to me. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Insinuate? Nah, forget it. It's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, suppose not. Good to know I'm not the youngest one here. Also, it seems like Natsuki's feeling better. Thank goodness. Thanks for showing me your work. I then nod at her and start looking around the room. Wonder what Yuri's up to. Oh? Looks like she's hanging out with Monica right now. That's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. My vision then alerts away from Monica and Yuri, and they land on Sayori, who also seems to be looking around. I may as well then. With that, I proceed to walk over to her, fidgeting my hands to keep me sane. Oh, hey, Sayori. I hope she isn't too upset from earlier.
Oh, hey, Diverse!
She sounds a bit monotone right now. I bet you any money she's still annoyed. Look, sorry about earlier today. I simply forgot. And I also forgot to bring a poem in today. I end up looking slightly down out of defeat for the second time today. Third, maybe? She then proceeds to pat me on the head. Wait, what? Why?
Stop worrying, Diverse. We all make mistakes. How'd you forget to write a poem? Did you stay up all night watching anime?
No, I swear! I try looking differently at her for a bit, but then I end up with an averted gaze after about a second or two.
Don't sweat it, Diverse. Are you enjoying your time in the club?
Why is she asking me this? Oh, right. She said she's the vice president. Besides what happened earlier, I'd say I'm having a decent time.
Well, that's good.
Much brighter Sayori. This is more like it.
Now then, you'll read my poem, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
I'm confused. Why would she say that? Of course I'll read it! Monica said something similar today, though. Looks like Sayori's smile has vanished.
Monica said what?
I don't feel like explaining this right now. Never mind. Let's see what I'm getting myself into. Oh, it's Dear Sunshine! I'll still read it.
Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
I can't help but smile at the end of Sayori's poem. Good job, Sayori. I like this. This almost reminded me of what Natsuki showed me earlier today.
What? You and Natsuki shared already? What's so similar with mine and hers?
The ending of your guys' of both of yours, how they're quite different from the main idea of your poems. Yours literally and hers in a moral kind of way, I guess. I hate trying to think of words. Words are hard.
I guess I'd never thought of that. Natsuki usually likes to write about cute stuff. But don't tell her I said that.
Right. Hey, Sayori, if I may ask, who is this Sunshine supposed to be?
Someone in the anime club?
The anime club, huh? I wonder why he isn't a part of this club.
I tried telling him about it, but he said he wasn't interested.
Suddenly, a light bulb clicks on in my head. Oh, I know! Why don't you show him the poem you wrote? I'm certain he'll like it. The face she's making looks like a billion more light bulbs clicked on her head. The face she's making looks like a billion more light bulbs clicked in. Oh my! The face she's making looks like a billion more light bulbs clicked on in her head than mine.
That's a great idea! Thanks, Diverse!
Glad I could help. I'll see you around.
See ya!
With that, I step away from Sayori and start looking around the club room. Looks like Natsuki has just finished sharing with Monica and is making her way over to Sayori. Not wanting to be any more of a bother to her, I step even farther away from Sayori, continuing to look around. Oh! Yuri isn't doing much over there. Let's go see her. And sure enough, she's hanging out all by herself. Once I've made my way over to her, I stand relatively close to her and wave to get her attention. Hello again. I wonder what she'll say about me not bringing in a poem. Oh, hello, Diverse. Monica told me you forgot to bring in a poem today. Dang, I guess Monica did tell her. Ugh. Yes, I forgot to write one yesterday. But how did you forget to write a poem, though? Monica even told us yesterday. My mind is drawing a blank. I just don't know. I try looking directly at her, but that doesn't last for long. Oh, I understand. That's a shame. I wanted to see how you'd express... Now is not the time for my hearing to go bad! I'm sorry, what was that last part? Nothing. Alright, if you say so. Diverse, have you ever tried writing in the past? It may look like I'm staring blankly at Yuri, but I'm actually reaching into the far depths of my mind to see if I ever have in my life. This continues for about 5 seconds. And nothing. Besides various papers and book reports I've had to write for school, I have not... Yuri seems to be lost in thought now. Does she overthink like I do at times? I wonder if... Well, it appears that you have taken a look at everyone's writing style so far, have you not? I hope that everyone in the club is giving you valuable advice on how to write. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Honestly, that sounds about right. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. Look at her. Thinking about others. How is this girl accidentally being so cute again? No, no worries. Is it okay if I read your poem now? That seems to have lifted her mood up. Of course. I'm anticipating your opinion on it. Aww, she looks so happy. I'm curious as to what she wrote today. Ghost, yep. It's the Ghost Under the Light, but it's a different font? I guess they chose a different font because Yuri's other font is a little hard to read. Ghost Under the Light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry if my handwriting is hard to read. Huh? Yuri, this isn't bad at all. But it took you a long time to read. Oh, that. It's just that you don't see cursive very often nowadays. It's not unwelcome at all. In fact, it looked rather similar to mine. Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, I felt like a picture was being painted in my head. I'm not sure why, but something tells me there's more to this than just ghosts. You're onto something. That was not about ghosts at all, Diverse. Okay, I kind of figured as much. One thing, though. The streetlight that was mentioned in this... You made it sound like it was a safe haven or something. Her eyes light up with her mouth somewhat ajar. Yes! The person who's being symbolically compared to a ghost is lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go. A place of comfort? Kind of like the lake she mentioned earlier during our reading session? To be left with nothing. I'm sure we have our own kind of streetlight whether we know it or not. Streetlight, though. I like that analogy. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Oh, you. I could probably learn a thing or two from you. She then takes a hold of her purple hair and slightly blushes. You think so? Of course! Within the short silence between us, Yuri takes a deep breath before speaking again. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Diverse. A dumb smile forces its way onto my face and I don't have the willpower to try and stop it. This is too sweet. Thank you, Yuri. And I'm glad I got to be your reading partner today. My face hurts a little bit from the burning that is happening, and I'm sure Yuri feels the same way. It looks like she's gripping her hair a little bit harder and a rosy color has invaded her cheeks. Thank you, too. I can't help but admire how the pink on her face complements her hair color. But something tells me it's about time for the club meeting to be over. Turning away from Yuri, I look at the clock above me. 3:52 p.m. Yep, it's almost time to head out. I wonder if we get to leave on our own volition or if Monica has to excuse us since she is president and all. I have talked with everyone here, so it looks like I'm the one stuck with nothing to do now. May as well take a seat. Once I sit down, I glance around the room. To my left, see Sarah and Monica happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki to my right. Looks like they're sharing poems right now. Yuri appears to still be in a good mood, while Natsuki's face shows frustration? Maybe it's best if I don't stare at them. That's something my mom always That's something my mom always got at me about. Hey, wait a second. When I think about it, what was the name of the book that you... Wait, huh? What about something? My attention is diverted away from my backpack and over to Natsuki putting a piece of paper onto the desk that Yuri is close to. Uh-oh, yeah, uh-oh. Here we go. It's only okay. Seems pretty fancy. Thanks, Natsuki. Yours is definitely you. It's pretty cute. Cute? Come on! I tried writing about the tragic reality of things. It's not supposed to be cute. Well, I know. It's your style that made me think that. I just felt like saying something nice about it, that's all. Yuri, there's no way that what I wrote about is nice. Only someone like you would ever think about something like that. Well, hey! That's not very nice! Natsuki, please. You know that's not true. No, I don't want to hear what comes out of your mouth next. You'll probably find something messed up and sugarcoat it as being nice or elegant or whatever. Sugarcoat? Says the one whose style does just that. Well, at least I don't overdo it like a certain someone here does. Have you looked at all but 2 lines of what you wrote? Besides, I spent a long time figuring out my writing style. Don't we know it? Natsuki then stands up from her desk and forcefully takes Yuri's poem from her hands, causing one of the corners to tear a little bit. Don't you think it's a bit inconsiderate to bring someone like this in? Not everyone here has a galaxy brain like you know. Are you frickin' kidding me, bro? Oh, gee. Thanks for the compliment, brat. It's not my problem my writing style's too much for someone of your shoe size age to comprehend. Hey, whoa, off your high horse, miss. It's gonna be your problem if you keep this up. Nobody likes to show off anyways. Show off? No. I'm not... Alright, I've seen this kind of behavior before in my life, and I know it leads to nowhere good. It's time to do something about this. With that, I stand up from my chair and look around the room. Monica and Sayori are watching the fight ensue, both with mouths ajar. I then start my walk over to Yuri and Natsuki, purposely making my footsteps louder than normal to attempt to make my approach known to them and hopefully catch their attention. I need to remain calm, though, and keep my tone of voice in check. Are you sure about that? Looked like you were trying to impress the new guy, weren't ya? No, I wasn't. Don't BS me! You were super excited to make tea for us when I couldn't bring in cupcakes. Oh, and what's that supposed to mean? It proves my point, that's what! Well, at least I don't need to be overly cutesy to win someone over. Well, you know what? At least I didn't start stuffing my bra with literally everything once Diverse started showing up. Natsuki! I would never! At least I don't starve myself for attention. I stop just short of the 2 of them, but my presence doesn't seem to be acknowledged yet. Is their peripheral vision not working? Whoa, Yuri! Shouldn't be body shaming like that. Yep, that's it. I've had enough. I'll tell the principal, you high-class bit. Enough! The 2 of them jumped at me, getting their attention, and looked straight at me. Yuri looks even more thrown off guard than after Natsuki's previous comment. I end up making eye contact with Natsuki for a split second, and I can see the fiery furnace in her eyes. Kinda lowers my tough guy stance I somehow have just gone on right now, but I can't let that bother me. Excuse me. Kinda lowers my tough guy stance I somehow have going on right now, but I can't let that bothering me. This is my chance. What is wrong with you two? You're making the three of us uncomfortable over here. I made sure to have my eyes locked on Natsuki's the whole time to make it feel like I was mainly directing it towards her. She shouldn't be saying stuff like this at all. You shouldn't be saying stuff like that all nonchalant and whatnot. Even my mom taught me to be better than that. My eyes quickly avert over to Yuri, and for a split second, I take advantage of the moment to lock eyes with her, as I never really chose to at all today. And Yuri? I don't think my mind could bear to handle the thought of you acting overly cutesy. Alright, back to looking at Natsuki's general direction. And also, you're definitely not being cute with all the things you've said. That's not how friends speak to each other. Also, poems shouldn't be something to try to win over or impress people. And who are you to speak? You didn't even bring one in today! For the time that I'm struck silent, I can hear how uncomfortably quiet the room is. I don't dare try to image what kind of faces Monika and Sayori are making right now, and I shouldn't let the silence distract or bother me. I'm not done yet. That's besides the point. Look, Natsuki, I liked your poem. You did a good job of making me feel things. And Yuri? She just stands there, shook by my sudden burst of confidence. I think I may have scared the poor girl. Maybe I should tone it down a tiny bit. Well, you've done well today as usual. I got a call! Shit, hold on. I can't do it right now. I'll call her back. I'm sorry, Mom! I don't know how else to say this, but it felt like your writing was able to create scenery in my head. Very descriptive. So please, don't be so mean to each other just because you have different opinions. I would hate to see you two not be friends anymore over something as esoteric? No. Trivial is this. It's right then and there that I feel someone poking my left shoulder, breaking me out of my trance. It's Monika. She doesn't look bad, but not pleased at the same time. Thank you, Diverse, but I believe you've said enough today. You can head home now if you'd like. Maybe I did get a little too sidetracked. I hope she isn't too upset at me. Alright. I won't do it again, even if I wanted to. Having brought my head down for a 4th time today, I walk over to where I left my backpack, pick it up, and head towards the exit. I don't leave the classroom just yet, though. Instead, I peek over at what Monika's doing. Looks like she's talking with Yuri and Natsuki. I make sure to get one last glance of Yuri before I make my trek home. At least I tried. Monika's point of view. I make sure that Diverse has left the club room before I begin talking. But before I even get the chance to, Natsuki opens her big mouth. Jeez, who does he think he is? He's not the president. Nice and calm. Let's get through this. You're right. He's not, but I've heard everything he said, and he raises a good point. There's no reason for you two to fight just because you write differently. My vision shifts over to Yuri. Yuri, I'm sure that Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. No matter how simple her writing may be, she still put her feelings into it, so it became something personal to her. I see. I think I get it now. And Natsuki, you took it way too far. But Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand that, but Yuri means well. If you just told her how her words make you feel, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding me? I could have sworn I did just that. I beg to differ. You said some pretty mean things to Yuri, which she didn't deserve at all, and I don't want to see anything like this happen again. You too, Yuri. I think that's enough for now. You both said some things that I sure you didn't mean. I agree with what Diverse said, though. I'd hate to see the both of you not be friends anymore because of your differences. Heck, you two have a relationship good enough to argue with each other. But, Monica, that seems to have shut Natsuki up a bit, which is a relief given how worked up she's been. If I struck a chord with her, then good. Overall, I hope you two can make up after this, and don't forget to write for tomorrow as well. I look over my shoulder towards Sayori. You too, Sayori. That's enough for now. I'm unexpectedly interrupted by Yuri before I go to walk over to my desk. I was having such a good day for once. Now it's ruined. Yuri grabs her bag from her desk and leaves the club room without another word, Natsuki watching her movements the whole time. Did Yuri and I really get to Natsuki that much? Either way, time to grab my sheet music from earlier and get out of here. Today was quite the day. Oh, we get to see her point of view. I've been speechless for nearly a minute now. I couldn't help but sit there and watch as both Sayori and Yuri left the classroom. What Monica said earlier has been imprinted on my mind. A relationship good enough to argue with each other. What's that even supposed to mean? I also remember what else Monica said a little bit ago. If you just told her how her words made you feel, I should probably talk with her. Things are going actually well for once in my life, and I don't want to mess this up. Hastily walking over to the closet to grab my backpack, Monica and I leave the club room at the same time but walk in different directions. I have to find Yuri. After about a minute of running, I managed to catch up to her outside the school grounds. We live awfully close to each other, so it's no surprise she'd walk the same way I do. Once I'm up beside her, I poke her arm to try to get her attention. Hey, Yuri. She jumps at my words and stops walking, then looks over to me with a somber face. Her face is a bit red, as if she just got done crying, which makes me feel even worse. She doesn't say anything either. Somehow I expected this from her. Before I get the chance to say what I want to say to her, she looks away from me and continues walking to what I'm assuming is her place. Oh, great. May as well walk with her then, if that's how she's gonna be. I roll my eyes at that thought before I muster up my apology. Look, Yuri, I've done something about what happened today. And as much as I hate to say this, Monica's right, I guess. I didn't mean everything that I said. Yuri's focus hasn't changed much, and she's not looking over towards me. Do you mean that? Yeah. I'm sorry about earlier. It's just, I guess I overreacted with the whole cute thing, and for once, things are actually going kinda okay. The last thing I need is for you to be mad at me forever. Thanks for telling me what made you upset. I'm sorry I made you upset too. Yuri stops walking all of a sudden, causing me to as well. Do you still want to be friends after all that? Yuri, you're silly. Nobody goes around asking questions like that. Of course I do. Yuri's sad look turns upside down. Okay, good. I feel a little bit better. Me too, you big softy. But that's the second time today that somebody's actually called me silly. Do I really act as such? Wait, hold up, a second time? I then remember something I saw in the club earlier today. What was going on with you and Diverse today? Oh? Well, for whatever reason. He brought in a book that he thought I would like, and we ended up reading a little bit of it together. The book is enjoyable so far. Looks like I've struck gold. Maybe he likes you, Yuri. I don't know about that. Yuri starts moving again, this time a bit faster than before. She would start walking away the moment I try poking fun at her. Oh, come on! You're not supposed to be this dense! The signs are clearly there! He brought it in for you to read, and you said that you read it together with him. But Natsuki, I've only known him for 2 days. I don't know how to feel about this. Relax, Yuri. If he ever does anything to you that makes you upset, just let your best bud know, and I'll teach him a lesson. He'll feel, and oh my god. Just let your best bud know, and I'll teach him a lesson he'll feel until next century. Did I ever mention how much I like picking on Yuri? She makes it too easy. That shouldn't be necessary. He's been very polite towards me, besides what happened earlier. Well, that's fine and dandy, but just remember what I said now. The both of us approach the park as our conversation comes to an end. This is where we go our separate ways, as we have to walk the opposite way from each other. Hey, Yuri! She looks over to me, expecting more. I cross my arms, trying to hold back my laughter. Have fun with your boyfriend tomorrow! Before I can catch a glimpse of Yuri's reaction, I run off giggling uncontrollably. That didn't turn out so bad. Time to get home and think about dinner. I should make something special for Dad. He's been proving a lot over the last month. Maybe I should try my hand at homemade pizza dough and sauce tonight. That ought to make him happy. Aww. This is a really wholesome mod so far. I really like this. Heading down the hallway towards the stairs, I become lost in thought over all that's happened today. Jesus Christ, what a day. Let's recap what happened. First, Wallace was being a dumb idiot as always. Classes were boring as hell like always, and I managed to make all 4 of the girls at the club irritated today. Let's hope I don't have to put like always at the end of that. The weather outside is starting to become more and more chilly. I'm hoping we don't get an early snowfall this year. Autumn is a nice time of year to me. It's when the leaves start falling off the trees and the landscapes around here becomes more beautiful. My walk home continues as normal, shivering every once in a while. Well, I didn't exactly make Yuri mad at me. I got to read with her today, and I told her she could hold on to my book for now. I'd really like to read it again with her, hopefully tomorrow. It was then that I remember what else happened in the club, the argument between Yuri and Natsuki. Oh yeah, that. Heck, man, what was I thinking? I shouldn't have said all that stuff to Yuri. God, I'd be surprised if she still likes me after all this. Likes me. I better apologize to her the next time I see her. Natsuki too. But what would have happened if I had not said anything? Things have escalated even more? It's probably best if I don't get the answer to that. What happened today happened, and that's that. After a few minutes, I make my way up to my house and open up the mailbox to see what's inside. 3 envelopes. None of them look like a letter of any kind from anybody. I'll deal with this later. Closing my mailbox, I stash the mail away under my left arm and approach my house. Thunder thighs! With that, I walk into the kitchen to place my bag and the mail onto the table. Taking a seat, I lay my head down on the table and relax for a bit. What should I do first? A whole minute passes and all I've done is stare at the wall and think about what should be done first. Maybe I should get home. Oh! Change your clothes, you big dummy! Once I'm in my room, I change out of my uniform and get myself into yet another t-shirt and pair of jeans. It's still that time of year where a jacket feels nice. Plus, I look pretty decent in one, so I throw one on. Consider that 2 stones with 1 bird down. Once I'm back downstairs, I walk into the kitchen and open up the fridge. Scanning its contents, I see nothing. Whoa! What is that? Hey! Hey, Benjaboo11! Thanks for the subscription! I really appreciate it, man! Scanning its contents, I see nothing readily available to microwave, and I am feeling a little pressed for time to actually make something. Excuse me. Scanning its contents, I see nothing readily available to microwave, and I'm feeling a little pressed for time to actually make something. Guess I'm snacking on fruit all day. Grabbing 2 apples from the bottom drawer of the fridge and closing it, I make my way back to the table, unzip my backpack, and pull out my orange homework folder. An hour passes, and I'm pretty much done with all the work that was assigned today. There's seriously no way I'm going to use any of this in my future. I only have 5 more problems left of algebra from earlier today, so that went by pretty quickly. Another thing that ran through my mind is that I really should go shopping one of these days. I haven't had ice cream in a few weeks. Should pick that up. Maybe some more frozen pizza. Hey, wait! What? Whoa, what came in the mail today? Thanks to my short-term memory, I'm on to the next task of the night. Putting my now complete homework away in my orange folder, said folder gets stuffed into my backpack. Walking into my living room and placing my backpack into its all-too-familiar spot on the couch, it's now ready for tomorrow. Heading back over to the kitchen, I grab a knife from one of the drawers, sit down, and use it to open up the mail that was sent to me today. And sure enough, it's some junk mail, the water bill and the electricity bill. Well, that's just frickin' great. My parents are letting me hold on to a credit card that's strictly to be used for bills and groceries. They also let me hold on to a debit card which gets $100 transferred over on the 18th of every month. They also let me hold on to a debit card which gets $100 transferred over on the 18th of every month. Kind of like spending money for me. Taking a look at the amount of bills, I start staring blankly at both the statements and consider my plan of action. Some feelings of fear arise at the thought of doing adult stuff, but it's easy to push those away, as I've done this a few times before. Well, since I was never given a checkbook by my mom... Well, since I was never given a checkbook by my mom and dad, there goes that idea. Mom and dad once told me that it's very unsafe to send cash out in the mail, so I'll probably have to resort to getting separate money orders again. Have you ever had to get a stop payment on a money order? It's happened to me once, and it was a nightmare. My dad was a bit upset at me the one time it happened, and it felt like absolute torture. Him telling me over the phone what to do and actually trying to contact the union that issues the money orders. I'm surprised I didn't cry that day because of social exhaustion. I swear to God, if this happens again, I'll be very angry. So, keeping the amount numbers in my head, I get up, grab the second apple that I didn't eat, and put it in my left coat pocket, my phone in the right pocket. I walk over to the front door and realize I've left my house keys in the lock the whole time. God dang. Surprised they're still here. I really need to be better about this kind of stuff. Stepping outside and relocking my door, I put my keys into my coat pocket and start my journey out to the 24-hour convenience store. That was a really cool background, by the way. It's only a little bit past 7 p.m. I hate that it starts to get this dark this early. I already can't wait until springtime actually kicks in, when it becomes darker much later on in the day. I mean, not that I really care or anything. I don't go outside as often as I should, but the natural sunlight feels nice. It improves my mood most of the time. Isn't there a word for that? Atmosphere? Yeah, that's probably it. When I have to go to the convenience store for something, I always pass by the park on my travels. Only a few memories of this park when I was growing up. How cool would it be if there was a swing set here? I'd be all over that. Something I haven't done in a long time. My attempt of reminiscing on younger times is broken by the sound of something I don't think I've heard in a long time. Was that a harp? What would of those be doing out here? I don't even know anybody that plays one, but it sounded like it came from the forest in the park. Curiosity getting the better of me, I make my way off the sidewalk and into the park towards the forest. Approaching the forest shows a path that my parents always forbade me from exploring for whatever reason when I was a kid. Maybe they were just concerned for my safety back then. If there's anything that watching Arthur taught me, it's that if all of us did everything our parents told us to, then the rate of discovery would drastically slow down. Alright, enough thinking about Arthur, we must go in deeper. Surprising. What? Oh my gosh! I used this! In A Date with Monica! That is hilarious! This is the exact music and background ambience that I used in one of my mods, A Date with Monica. That is so funny. Surprisingly enough, I don't feel scared at all by walking down this path at night. The sounds of bugs and crickets at night actually makes for a pleasant atmosphere. Yeah, that's the word. Continuing down the path, the harp I heard earlier makes itself known again. It's getting louder the more I keep on walking. That means I must be getting closer. While I continue walking, I purposely make sure to keep my footsteps quieter as to try not to draw any attention. After a little bit more sneaking around, the sight in front of me puts me in awe. It's a lake, out here in the outskirts of town. More importantly, it's not the lake that takes me by surprise. It's who's at the lake playing the harp. It's... Yuri? She's the one playing this whole time. She's in a beige-colored sweater and a black pajama pants? Either way, I'm awestruck by what I'm witnessing. First off, this place is gorgeous. There are trees everywhere. A rather big one seems to have fallen down close to the water. Few butterflies can be seen flying around, and the sight of Yuri peacefully playing her angel's harp. Yeah, that's pretty cute. It's so goddamn stunning. The reflection on the moonlight of the water makes everything feel nice, and her skin glistening under the moonlight makes her look like an angel. Maybe not a fallen one, but a shining one at that. I decide to start tiptoeing over to her until I'm about 2 feet away from the tree she's sitting on. Why? You're gonna scare the frick out of her. Or fuck out of her. Sorry. Why? I have to correct myself for swears. Why? Quietly sitting down cross-leg style, I wait for her to finish playing. Yuri's point of view. Homework was hard to focus on, thanks to everything that's happened today. But I managed to get through and complete everything. Thank goodness I didn't have to worry about that anymore. Taking my finished homework and putting it in its Taking my finished homework and putting it in its proper spot in my purple folder, I place my folder in my bag. Getting up from my bed, I walk over to my bedroom window to open it and stare into the world outside to let my mind wander. There's no way Natsuki could have meant what she said when she said it. How could someone think of me as likable? I don't really see myself like that. I don't know. But Natsuki has a point, though. Why else would he want to read with me? Why else would he tell me he likes what I have to say? I don't know. Having too many unwanted questions is making me feel uneasy, so I take a breath of fresh air, close my window, and step away from it to start looking around my bedroom. I'll worry about making dinner and writing tomorrow's poem later. I know what will take my mind off of all this. I look over to my knife collection I have hanging on my wall and stare at it for a few seconds, somehow still mesmerized by all the colorful, unique designs on each of them. No. It's been a week since I've last felt like wanting to do that. Still can't believe I picked up something like that up. I then look over the closet in my bedroom, walk over to grab my trusty friend and place it in my bag. I'm glad I have this around as an alternative. Changing out of my school uniform and into something more comfortable clothes, make my way downstairs and out of my house to go for a walk. The walk to the lake is as silent as I'd like for it to be. There's nobody around, the breeze is gentle, and I'm glad it's not too cold out here. The book I brought for him to read. I've read through it a few times already. It would be nice to share it with him and see what he thinks about it, like he's doing with his book. But why, though? Why were his motives for bringing in a book he enjoys? Wasn't it because he wanted to share something he enjoys? Much like I did for him? But then again, what Natsuki said... Ugh! Why did she have to say that right before she left today? She's gotta be just joking when she said that. But what if... There's no way he could like someone like me that way. But why did he choose to read with me today? Why did I allow it? It's not like anything bad happened, though. Ah! I end up placing both my hands around my temple and I can feel a small headache come on for overthinking. Taking a little bit of time to recover, I stop in my tracks and notice that I'm already at the park. The walk here so far seemed like such a blur. Was I seriously not paying attention for that long? I hate it when my mind goes overboard like that and I can't keep up. I end up missing out on the atmosphere outside. It's okay. Just breathe. I finally join. Hey, Yandere! What's up? After taking some time to inhale, then exhale, I put all my focus on making my way over to the forest path and then on my way to my familiar spot at the lake. 7:13 p.m. MC's point of view. There we go. When she's done playing, she notices me sitting here and jumps back a little bit, nearly dropping her harp. She must not have been expecting me to be here, she must not have been expecting me here, and I don't blame her. Diverse! Sorry for not joining sooner. I was playing Uno with my family for 3 hours. Fair enough. No, we love games of Uno. I hope that the game of Uno wasn't chaotic at all. Because knowing Uno, yeah. Diverse! What are you doing here? Oh boy, how am I gonna explain this? Well, I was walking to the store and I heard someone playing the harp while on my travels, and I guess I wanted to find out for myself what was up. I'm sorry if I scared you. I then bring my head down for the 5th time today. Oh, you don't need to be sorry. I should have guessed something like this was gonna happen. Sorry, wait a minute! I then stand up from my spot on the ground and put on a more serious face. No, Yuri, you just reminded me of something from earlier. About what I said to you in the club room. I probably shouldn't have said that to you, and you don't have to try and all be... I probably shouldn't have said that to you, and you don't have to try at all to be cute. After seeing her face turn pink for the 2nd or 3rd time today, I look away from her out of the slight uncomfortableness. I guess I was just upset about what was going on and said some things I really didn't mean. I then resumed sitting down where I initially was, but Yuri remained silent. I decided to force myself to lock eyes with her. Yuri, you're not upset with me, are you? No, I'm not. If anything, I'm rather happy that you tried putting a stop to what happened. Whew! Yeah, that's because I didn't like how Natsuki was talking to you. I felt like I had to do at least something about it. That girl really gets on my nerves sometimes. You and me both. How are you able to put up with her? Yuri looks to be in deep thought right now. I guess it's because I've known her for a while, and I have become used to how she acts. Sounds like they've been friends for a while, then. How long have you and Natsuki been friends? Well, I would use the term friend loosely. But I've known her ever since the club first started. Oh, I gotcha. I know how that is. I then get up off the ground and sit down on the same tree that Yuri is on. It's about 4 yards long, so we have enough space for another person or two to join us if we wanted to. But for now, just me and Yuri is fine. She looks over at me with a slightly concerned expression. Hey, Yuri. A little bit off topic, but thank you for giving one of my favorite books a chance. That means a lot to me. Her eyes perk up at me. Oh, well, I should be thanking you for bringing it in. You had me in mind when you brought it in. That means a lot to me. Wait, did this girl really just do a turnaround on me? Hold on. She brought in a book for me too, did she not? Does that mean... I can feel a burning sensation on my face due to the gears grinding in my head, and a small smile makes its way on my face that I don't dare hide from her. Hey, speaking of which, how come I haven't really seen you at all this school year? Did you move here this year or something? I may have seen you once or twice in the library, but my face doesn't hurt from too much blood flow anymore. That's when Yuri smiles sadly at me. Diverse. I've lived here all my life. Most of the time around lunchtime, I'll eat in the classroom or the library. That explains why I don't see her in the lunchroom either. Wait, Yuri. Do you have trouble interacting with people as well? Yuri nods. A bit more than I'd like to admit. Me too. While I do eat in the lunchroom when I'm feeling up to it, I'll sometimes eat out in the hallway if I don't want anyone to bother me if I'm in a bad mood. Oh, well, I understand where you're coming from. Oftentimes, eating by myself can become a little lonely. Well... to be able to eat with someone else would be nice every now and then. What's she trying to get at? Someone who won't judge you for wanting to be away from others, I'm guessing? Well, I suppose. Not only that, but someone who can appreciate silence as much as I do. Mind if I join you one of these days, then? She looks pretty surprised at my question, but then calms down and begins overthinking again. I don't know if you'd enjoy my company very much. Are you listening to yourself? Wouldn't you have told me to go away just now if you didn't want me around here? Yuri, what makes you think that? I mean, we read my book together today. Of course I enjoy spending more time with you. Whoa. What am I saying all of a sudden? Alright, if you say so. But wouldn't people think differently of you if it became an everyday occurrence? Why should that matter? Most people in the school know that I'm different from everybody else. Have you noticed that by now? No, not really. Maybe we're one of the same then. Diverse, what do you mean? I feel comfortable enough to tell her this. She should know. Do you know what Asperger's syndrome is? Autism. Her eyes awaken at the mention of that. Some relatives on my mother's side of the family have it. So, yes, I do. Well, at least you know about it. I don't have it as bad as other people out there. I guess you could say I'm pretty high functioning. I could say the same thing for me as well. I used to be pretty low functioning when I was a little kid, but after a little bit more at my school, I started to become a bit better higher than the average person with autism, though. So I could say I'm not. Well, autism is kind of incurable, but it can be managed to the point where it's like non-existent. So I feel like I've gotten to that point in my life. So I can understand where Diverse is coming from. I don't have it as bad as other people out there. I guess you could say I'm pretty high functioning. That's why I see the counselor at our school once a week, because most of my problems are with social situations. But you don't seem to act so bad from what I've seen in the club. That's because I've had a lot of experience and failures with trying to talk to people. When I was a kid, not only was I driving my mom crazy by being hyperactive, but my mind ran at the same pace too. I always wanted to figure out how things worked, including people talking to each other. That is, when I felt like I had the courage to speak up. There was always a drive to self-improve and to incorporate critical thinking when it came to figuring out how things work. And oftentimes, this involved looking back on hindsight over things I've done that could have been changed, and also from learning from mine and others' mistakes. That's why it may appear somewhat normal on the outside, because my mind has had the satisfaction of getting to figure out the details on... well, I think you get what I'm trying to say. Ah, geez, now I'm the one who's rambling! My mother suspected me to be autist when I was younger and still don't have a clear answer to... that's alright, man. Also used to be low functioning as well. Yeah. I guess school really did help me become the person who I am today. I did eventually drop out of college, though. It's not that I didn't enjoy hanging out with people, it's just I did bad when it came to the academics. So I'm focused on more getting a job, or working at my job and pursuing more advanced careers when I eventually go back into a coding school of some sort. Yuri giggles at me. You don't need to worry about that. Just know that you're not alone, Diverse. I can relate to quite a bit of this. How old were you when you found out about this? I end up looking down at the ground, lost in thought for some time, trying to recollect important info from the past. Once I know exactly what to say, I look back up to meet her gaze somewhat. I found out during my 10th grade year. I'd stumbled upon some papers my parents kept stored away and asked them about it. That's when they broke the news to me. Supposedly, I was diagnosed when I was 7. But they didn't tell me at all, probably out of fear of me not understanding anything. I was diagnosed as soon as I was born. I let out a small chuckle at my next thought. I always wondered when I went to go see a strange doctor who asked all kinds of intelligent questions at that age. I look away from Yuri's general direction to stare at the grass below me and gather my thoughts again. Yuri says nothing, though. She must be waiting for me to continue. I don't know if I should be thankful to my parents for not letting me know at such an early age, or betrayed by them for not telling me soon enough. I know that sounds weird, but I just don't know. I end up bringing both my hands to the back of my head and look up into the night sky for a bit. Sometimes it really hurts being different from everyone else. Not being able to get hints that normal people can make. Worrying about people's reactions most of the time. Not wanting to interact with people to avoid unnecessary judgment. I bring my head down and look over at Yuri to meet her gaze. I hope you understand. Diverse. I mostly feel the same. Sometimes I don't know how to talk to people. Sometimes I don't know how to make people see me as normal. So I think I understand how you feel. Plus, try not to feel isolated. Oh, no worries there. At least the feeling is mutual. Except, well... the, talking to people isn't really the same for me. I like to approach people all the time. Because I feel like I've grown past that part of my life. And, well, there was one more thing. Yeah. I feel like I try to get along with people all the time, except people don't really see me. I don't really like to think people don't see me as normal, because that just makes me feel pretty weird. So I like to think people treat me as normal, so I try to approach myself as like a normal person throughout most of the time. It may not... So, like I said, my autism, I'd say it's not cured, but it's definitely dissipated to some sort of thing where it's completely manageable. Oh, no worries there. At least the feeling is mutual. But, real talk though. Being normal can be really boring at times anyways. Doesn't Monica seem a little too normal? Excuse me? Think about it for a second. Monica's the most popular girl in our school, but she hasn't said much in the club the past 2 days from what I've seen. Besides that, though, she just goes and talks to people. Nothing holding her back physically or mentally. Almost like a robot. I suppose. She does keep herself busy with her schoolwork and the piano, but somehow has time for her own club. Yeah, Monica also seems like the type to try to get all A's in school. Maybe she's overworked or something. Wait a minute. Monica plays the piano? She does, didn't you know? Well, no. I figured she'd play something different. Why's that? Because they named a whole instrument after her. Harmonica. I had to walk out of the room literally just to suppress my laughter. Oh, god damn it. I swear, it's the stupidest jokes that get me to literal laughing. God fucking damn it. Okay. Alright. Oh, stop it. Other than that, though, you're right. I don't know how she does it, but whatever floats her boat, I guess. At least she's a good person, though. Unlike some people in our school. Yuri smiles at me. Monica can be a sweetheart, most certainly. Although I have heard of a few times where she had to act authoritative and put certain people in their place. Namely Kai and Clyde. Ugh, I'm glad I've never interacted with those two. I've heard stories about how Clyde pushed people into the fountain at the student courtyard and got away with it. That's not cool. I remember hearing about that. Ugh. It's disgraceful. Disgraceful, disgusting, despicable. No, I don't think Yuri would get that reference. And I wonder if Monica has ever had to deal with Wallace. I didn't understand that word either. Or the reference, I mean. Who now? Oh, just some guy in our school. He never really was a problem years before, but he's been picking on various people this year for no explainable reason. I can't understand it. What would cause such an unexpected change in attitude? Beats me. Corrupt principal, maybe? There's an awkward silence between us. Maybe I should change the subject. Hey, Yuri, how long have you known Sayori? I've known her probably about as long as I've known Natsuki. Oh, neat. Were you friends with her before Monica started the club? Well, No. Are you friends with her? She brought you into the club in the first place. Surprisingly, no, I never was. She's nice and friendly, a people person from what I've seen. But I hadn't really spoke with her much. There's another awkward silence between the two of us, but it's broken when I notice her angel's heart laying on the grass next to her feet. A light bulb in my head clicks on. Oh, hey! How'd you learn to play the harp, by the way? Her eyes widen as she reaches down to pick up her harp. Then she returns to her normal sitting position and looks out into the water in front of us. Back when I was a kid, I had always seen them on TVs and in books. I told my parents I would like to try it out. They agreed to it, and it's become another hobby of mine alongside reading and writing. Writing. Oh yeah, earlier today. Sorry to go a bit off topic, but earlier today when we were reading together, you mentioned something about how you came here for inspiration. Did you come here for writing ideas as well? That seems to have made her even more happy. No, you remembered. Yes, sometimes I'll visit here if I ever need inspiration for writing, or if I just want to enjoy the ambience and let my mind wander. This girl, she knows how to captivate my interest. Oh, you like to let your mind wander too? Isn't that one of the best feelings? Yes. Feels liberating at times, almost like meditation. Yeah, I can see that. The one nice thing about letting your mind wander is that it feels like every single part of your mind is in a constant flowing stream. It allows good ideas to come to you rather than trying too hard to think of stuff, you know? Ooh. And this is from your experience, too. I suppose. It happens often whenever I go to the beach. The beach? Wait. How long have I actually been out here? Taking advantage of Yuri's silence, I pull my flip phone out of my pocket and look at the time. 8:05 p.m. Jeez, has it really been that long? I should probably head home soon. Huh? Did you say something? Oh, yeah, it's getting awfully late, and I really didn't expect to be out for this long. You're right. I too have been out for longer than I anticipated. It is almost bedtime for me. With that, Yuri stands up from her spot on the fallen down tree. But before she gets a chance to walk away, I extend my right arm to grab her left sleeve and tug at it twice. Wait! Don't go just yet! She proceeds to sit back down on her spot next to me. Diverse, what is it? It's time. Look, Yuri, I don't know how else to say this, but I think you're pretty fun to be around. I may be awfully superficial when it comes to stuff to talk about. I may either talk too much or not enough. I may take stuff at face value too often, and I know I can be a difficult person at times. But that doesn't seem to bother you at all. That's why I've enjoyed every chance to talk to you so far. It doesn't matter if the two of us don't appear as normal as everybody else. That doesn't matter at all. I believe that nobody in this world should ever be lonely. So, what I'm trying to say is, I extend my right hand towards her with only my pinky extended, my index, middle, and ring finger curved inwards towards my palm. I'd like to be good friends with you from this day... Oh! I'd like to be good friends with you from this day onwards. Yuri looks at me with some visible confusion, but seems to get the hint when she smiles and does the same with her right pinky, which then intertwines with each other as she continues to smile warmly at me. This is actually happening right now. This feels nice. Now wait! That's when I bring my thumb up and bring it outwards toward my pinky. We gotta stamp this to make it official. She giggles at me and proceeds to do the same until the faces of our thumbs make contact. Aww. Oh, you. I guess we really are friends now. I took her back. Right now. We wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, Diverse. You've made me feel really nice tonight. I know I'm not good with people, and this might be a little different to me. But I hope that I can return the favor sometime. So this is it. This is the start of something new. Things can only look up from here on out. We've probably gazed into each other's eyes for the past few seconds or so, but it was well worth it. Her eyes have a very inviting glow to them. It makes me feel even more safe. Our fingers break contact with each other for the night. We should probably head out now before Monica interrupts us for talking too much. The two of us share a moment of laughter before getting up from our now impertinent spots on our spot, trademark. We walk away together from the lake and out into the park, enjoying the atmosphere around us while Yuri reminds me about poem sharing tomorrow. You're like me. We're two of a kind. We're different. Different from the others. I can see your soul glowing with the mysterious light. Once we both reach the sidewalk, we exchange our farewells and depart from each other for the night. Can't help but watch as Yuri walks to wherever she lives, awestruck by the realization that just occurred to me. I don't mean to stare, but the tendrils of her hair illuminating as she walks under the amber glow of the streetlights. Holy dang! Never in my life would I ever think I'd make friends with a ghost. It's time to go home and write for tomorrow. Chapter 3? Nope. My journey back home was rather uneventful, except for eating the other apple that I brought with me, and also thinking about what to write for tomorrow. Once I arrive at my house, I go through the process of unlocking my front door, entering and locking. I see my backpack is still in its spot on the couch. That's relieving. I walk into the kitchen only to find both the electricity bill and water bill still on the table. Are you kidding me? God dang it! I forgot all about going to the store. I contemplate walking back to the store, but I'm already back home. It's late, still have stuff to do before bedtime. Besides, the due date on the bill says I have 5 more days to get this taken care of. This will give me something to do tomorrow after school, as long as I can remember. Just to be safe, I grab both of the bills from the table, walk over to my backpack, open it up to place them inside, and zip it closed. The rest of the night consists of me walking up to my room and sitting down at my desk to attempt to write a poem for tomorrow. Chapter 3. Unusual hobbies. Oh yeah, excuse me for Thursday, October 7th? Excuse me for, reaching in my cashew bowl. Early snowfall. It's wintertime in the city. There's very little traffic around, but people are automobile-wise. Excuse me. There's very little traffic around, both people and automobile-wise. Snowfall's rather light today, which makes for an enjoyable atmosphere. Main holidays may be a few months away from us, but that isn't stopping me and my mom from enjoying our time together while we go shopping. I'm really happy that I got to spend the day with her. There's nothing more that I could ask for right now. She's someone I never want to lose. As we're making our way down the not-so-crowded streets, my mom does seem to mind that I got my arm wrapped around hers as we walk to our destination. It makes me feel more safe. Mom, can we go to the toy store today? I haven't been there in so long. Of course, I'm gonna see why not, you know? She smiles warmly at me, which adds to my excitement for the day. Thanks, Mom. You're the best. My grip on her tightens a little bit. No problem, sweetheart. Has school been going okay for you? Yeah, things are going decent. My counselor I see once a week is really nice and has helped me out with dealing with people. Well, that's good. I'm happy to see how much you're improving, you know? Me too. How about you and Dad? Things been going well? We're keeping things afloat. Gotta make some time for our favorite son, you know? I can't help but smile and bury the side of my head into my mom's arm as she remarks at her remarks. As I've mentioned before, the holiday hasn't quite reached us yet. But seeming that I rarely get to spend time with my parents, I guess the two of us going to the toy store would be considered a special occasion. As we approach and enter the store, we notice that there are no employees at the front counter. They're on break or something. They're around here somewhere. As I'm looking at everything the store has to offer, my mom calls out to me. Diverse, remember dear, try to keep it under $20 today. Right! I smile back at her and begin my journey through the store. While this place is filled with all sorts of cool things, my interests are rather limited. Usually, when something captures my full interest, it becomes a majority for what I think about for months, sometimes even years. I think the word for that is hyperfixation. After looking around for a little bit, I find something that catches my eye. Walking over to the aisle it's in, eyes on the prize, I reach out and grab it. It's a Thomas the Tank Engine die-cast metal train, sealed in the portrait art style package. But it's one I've never seen before. A twin pack of Donald and Douglas? And of all the 85 released with this kind of package, I've never seen this one in my life. I must have it. Taking my treasure and keeping it stuffed between my left arm and body, my eyes line on quite a few dollar bills I see conveniently scattered across the store grounds. Oh man! I can buy more stuff and my mom will be able to as well. Finders keepers! I think my dad's calling me. After taking the time to stuff every single piece of money I find on the ground into my pocket, I run up to the front of the store to show my mom the good news. Mom! Mom! Look what I found! There's no response. Where'd she go? The workers still aren't here. Oh no, I don't like this at all. Panic instills within me as I look around the store, trying to find anyone to help me figure out what's going on. But all I see is the same dusty, abandoned front counter. Mom? Where'd you go? I run outside of the store, only to see that the blue sky has turned into a nerve-wracking shade of red, with absolutely no one in sight. This is too scary! I run back into the store in search of anyone, but nobody's still. Mom! Ah! Shooting up out of panic, I take a moment to relax and think about the dream I just had. Mom. I can't help but feel tears that invade my eyes, but not to the point of crying. Those kinds of dreams really hurt, knowing how far away Mom and Dad are, and not being able to do anything about it. Not only does that hurt, but my stomach grumbles and aches due to not having a proper dinner last night. You freaking kidding me, dude? Once my eyesight becomes less blurry, I look over to my alarm clock. 5:58 a.m. It's that light out? Holy crap. Ugh. I want to go back to sleep, but I'll probably end up feeling worse knowing that my alarm would go off in 27 minutes. Alright, hang on. Let's think about this for a little bit. Oh!
Hey.
Oh, hi Dad, I'm streaming.
Oh, I made dinner for you.
Alright, I'll be down in a little bit. I'm almost done. Alright, hang on. Let's think about this for a little bit. Yep, once it hits 6 o'clock, I'll probably get off. That would mean we'd hit the 3-hour mark and we'd be good. Alright, hang on. Let's think about this for a little bit. Maybe I'll take a longer shower than usual. Yeah, those always make me feel better. No, wait. A bath sounds even better. Let's do that instead. After stretching for a bit, I get up out of bed and make my way over to my bathroom. Grabbing a towel from underneath the sink, I turn the temperature handle on the bathtub all the way to make my bath nice and hot. After making sure the water feels just right, I carefully step in and start relaxing. I keep a rubber ducky from my childhood in the bath to keep me company, and also because it makes a funny squeaky noise. Never fails to amuse me. I try not to take too long in the bath, so I quickly dunk my head under them and apply shampoo. My hair is surprisingly easy to manage, considering its length and all that, just down to the bottom of my chest. Diverse, how's the mod? It's really good. It's really cute. I really like this mod so far. It's really wholesome. It's probably gonna change soon, just like every other mod. Anyway, yeah, this is a really good mod so far. I'm really liking this. My hair is surprisingly easy to manage, considering its length and all that, just down to the bottom of my chest. It's a miracle that the school's dress code allows me to keep my hair in such length, as long as I keep it in a ponytail. Once I'm done cleaning up and the bathtub drained, I step out, start towel drying, and combing my hair the way I always keep it. Back in my bedroom once I'm all dried off, I don't even bother making my bed. Never really got in the habit of doing that. Place a towel in a basket I have hanging around my room, putting my school uniform and jacket on, and make my way downstairs to get breakfast. My stomach hurts a bit once I get downstairs thanks to last night. I think it's going to be 2 bowls of cereal kind of day, no matter what I may be feeling later on. I'll just have to power through today, I guess. Placing my bowl and spoon in the dishwasher, I walk over to the couch to grab my backpack and realize I left my keys inside the lock of my door again. Frickin' again, dude! What is wrong with me? Oh well. Grabbing my keys, I leave the house, lock my door, and start my walk to school. 5 minutes pass and I'm about halfway to school. Also, the walk there, I couldn't help but think about last night with Yuri. The initial sight of her all by herself peacefully is something I'll probably never be able to forget. For reals though, I'm glad that me and her are friends now. Maybe I overdid it a bit, but I can't help but smile at the thought of everything that happened. I wonder what she meant by something about returning the favor. Only time will tell. Or maybe Yuri will. We'll see. Another moment passes as I continue my walk to school. Now that I think about it, she's really the only person I've opened up to about my disability. Or different ability, as I've heard some people say. The only other people that know about that are my close family and the school counselor. And some of the teachers, I think. At least she knows now, and she has an idea of what she's getting herself into. I just hope I don't scare her away or anything. Once I arrive at the courtyard, I continue my way into school, trying my best not to attract any unwanted attention. Stepping inside the school, the first sight I see isn't Wallace, thank God. It's Natsuki and Sayori, facing away from me talking about stuff. I'm really curious about what they're talking about. What if... You know what? Let's follow them for a bit. That's when I start walking towards my locker, still being cautious of my surroundings. So, Sayori, my dad brought home bagels for the first time in forever.
Woo! I love bagels! Especially the cinnamon raisin ones!
Yeah, well, my dad bought the plain ones. Better than nothing if you ask me.
Those are good with cream cheese and blueberries! Give it a try sometime!
Sure, if I have enough money to go shopping. My locker isn't too far of a walk from the school entrance, so that didn't take too long. Maybe I shouldn't eavesdrop on them in the future. Bagels, huh? I'll have to put that on the shopping list. Maybe I'll go shopping this Saturday. Once I open my locker, I take off my jacket and place it in my locker. then begin to unzip my backpack only to see both bills from last night in there. Shoot, that's right, I still have to take care of those. Today after the club, then. After thinking about the club for a little bit, I start feeling excitement over the fact that I got to spend time with my friend again, and we'll get to read together. Today's gonna be a good day, I can already tell. I'm not gonna let that dream I had ruin today. Oh, I still need to talk to Natsuki when the club starts about yesterday. After grabbing what I need for my first class, I put my backpack away, close my locker, and await for what's ahead of me today. Alright, I think this is a good place to stop. 11:56 a.m. Yep. This is a good place to stop. Alright! Also, I really like the menu UI sounds. I really do hope that none of the main music stuff is, main menu music stuff is copyrighted. Because I had to deal with that in Fruits of the Literature Club. Some of the straight... I've arrived so late it's unfair. No, you were there for some of it. Alligator, it's fine. You were still there for some of it, so I ain't too mad about it. Or no, excuse me, not at all. Excuse me. Harp sounds? Oh, that makes sense actually, because Yuri plays the harp in this mod. All right. All right, everybody. I really like this mod so far. I've heard, or at least from what the intro said at the beginning, it definitely is gonna get a lot darker. So I'm prepared for that at least. So, yep. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I am gonna be playing this mod soon enough again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!